Hi, everybody, and welcome to this extra, very special Hobby Titans. We are taking a vacation today, Kat. We are taking a vacation from some models.
Yeah, and into a fantastic world that you have built and designed.
Into a fantastic world I have built and designed, and you will be helping me paint.
Yeah.
You actually might be doing the lion's share of everything today. I'm not sure. Because we had a conversation before stream and we said one person is on a special project and one person is doing this.
Yes.
And I offered and you picked this and I'm on the special project.
Yes.
Which is literally just this.
Just that.
Just that. And we're going to talk about why that is. I might finish this quick enough to help you.
It depends.
It depends.
I did pick something a little bit complicated.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's true. To be fair, Kat decided that she would establish what the special project was.
Yes.
And then be like, you know what?
And then quickly bowed out of it and then was like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, so we will not, we have the special project and we'll talk about that in a second. Meanwhile, you're going to be painting some normal terrain. Mm-hmm. It's been a while since we've done terrain on stream.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good break, though, because, like, I've been very carefully airbrushing, and I don't have to carefully airbrush any of this.
Nope.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Are you ready to do this?
Yeah.
Folks, let's get creative. It's back to us. Wow. Okay, so nothing on the glam cam yet. Usually we go there. You guys are expecting us to go to glam cam. Nothing there yet, but we are going to do a top down. I want you guys to see, actually let's do a top down on Kat. She can show you some of the stuff I've kind of designed here. Mm-hmm. I've used a few special tools. I'm back at it. I'm working with pink foam. You guys know I'm a big pink foam person. So I've used a few special tools. I have a tool that I'm going to grab real quick that I've been using to cut pillars. I'll hand this to Kat. This is my pillar cutting tool, which is fun. It cuts pillars.
It's very
You
cool.
just take a piece of pink foam like that. You kind of wedge it in there. It's that piece of pink foam needs to be trimmed a little bit to fit in the other. You could start that way. Yeah, you have to rotate it all around, and then you just cut the shape. And you end up with these pillars that you guys can see all over this terrain, which I love. It really elevates pink foam.
Where'd you get this from?
These were from a guy on Etsy, and I don't remember his name right now, but I will be sure to add it to the links on the show. He's also the person who is allowing us to cut these perfect circles because he has sent me a circle cutting tool, which is also amazing. Used with my pink foam wire cutter. It's just really like a great piece of equipment. So we've got circles, we've got pillars.
We've got rectangles.
We've got rectangles. Oh, and then the other thing.
We've got whatever these are.
Yeah, let me do a zoom and see. You guys might be able to see its texture. Certainly you'll be able to see it as Kat starts working with it to paint. But I also like to use this thing. I had a buddy come in, Sigmar, a friend of mine, to play a game the other day, and he was like, I was showing him what I was working on, and he saw the pink foam, and he was like, wait, does this pink foam come like this? And no.
Oh, that would be so neat.
That'd be cool. But it's actually really simple. This roller is like super cheap. They're in a lot of different designs. In fact, literally today, in the mail from Germany, a few more came for me. You can see this is just like a 3D printed cylinder that you just press into pink foam and get this shape. I'll show you a fun one I got today. I got a few more, but here's one I'm kind of excited about. This one is wood planks.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so we can paint pink foam to look like wood.
Wow.
Yeah, very exciting. Look, 3D printing is cool. I kind of always contrast 3D printing to pink foam. I think both are cool. You can just get a lot more detail and interesting things with 3D printing. Mm-hmm. But pink foam is still just like my go-to for just like getting bases, getting simple stuff. Quickly.
Yeah, because 3D printing can take some time.
Yeah, foam cutting a little cheaper too. Right here by the camera is I use what's called a Hercules table cutter. The big one that most people use is called a Proxen. I think they're pretty much the same. The Hercules at the time had a foot pedal, which I wanted so that I could not so it was only on exactly when I wanted it to be on.
Right.
so it has the foot pedal. I think they're both the same. And honestly, they get you these real nice, perfect cuts. And the circle as well. And people make these third-party products for them, which is what you're seeing here. And it's $100. I think it was $110 for that thing. That's like pretty good if you're going to be making some terrain.
How long would you say that all of this took you to cut out, at least?
Oh, so I cut out everything here on the table in one day. And by one day, I probably mean about 3.5 hours.
Okay.
And shaped it and everything. The pillars are what take the longest time. Oh, that one.
Did you want this glued here?
No, I don't want anything glued because it'll just get broken. This one goes. Okay, no, that one goes there. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I don't actually want it glued.
Nothing glued.
Yeah, I'm trying to do less glued. These I did glue, but
glued.
maybe yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Yeah, pretty cheap. This was all one day. Today, this is what Kat and I are going to be working on. Kat, actually, if you could hand me the circle one there. All right, we have 2 centerpieces on this board. One of them is this guy right here, and this is kind of meant to be like this weird sort of religious altar type thing. And what I will be working on the special project is this thing, which is going to go on top. If you look at it carefully, you guys might be able to tell it's been tinted a little bit blue. I painted it black, and then I actually airbrushed a Surum blue contrast. This is one of the new contrast paints. And so to give it a little bit of a tint, because we're going to be making this to look like this kind of just interesting solid stone slab that this culture found out in the desert. Mm-hmm. And just like put on top of their thingy here. So this is one of the centerpieces for today. This one Kat and I will have finished by today. I think.
Yeah.
The other centerpiece I'll show you guys. We're not going to work on stream today, but this is kind of the big centerpiece, and I'll show you guys what I have planned for this because I'm pretty excited about this one. So once again, using the pink foam wire cutter. This is. Let me show you in the front first. This is kind of like almost like an Acropolis-inspired thing. This whole board is inspired by the city of Palmyra, which is this city that it's in the Syrian desert, and it's from antiquity, even earlier, and it's one of those cities that's kind of geographically influenced by Rome, before that Greece, around there Persians, lots of just different cultures in this city, but it is a desert ruined city. Mm-hmm. So that was sort of the inspiration because this is all going, by the way, on a desert board. Yeah. And this piece right here that I built is very designed to be like this centerpiece that is going to be sort of a still functioning oasis. So I'll show you guys what I have planned for this real quick. In here, I'm going to, after we paint it, in here, I'm going to pour resin to make this look like water. Over here, there's going to be like some actual plants on it. That'll be like a little bit of a garden, it's like a desert oasis feel. I got a statue. I found this person. I love going on Etsy and finding cool like D&D models.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, hey, can you print this like 10 times the size? And there's a lot of them are like, no, and others are like, yeah. And I'm like, cool. So there's like a cool kind of antiquity looking statue that's going to go here. By the way, this board, especially this centerpiece in particular, are really have Sigmar in mind. But ultimately, it'll work on 40K. I think the 2 centerpieces will probably be replaced with things like Sky Shield landing pads and stuff like that. So this goes here. This top is not meant to stay on. It's meant to be able to come off during gameplay. And during gameplay, this will be another pool, so there'll be water here as well. I don't want to actually clip this to the top because it's hard to, during gameplay, get under there. This also makes storage a little bit easier. The statue, when it shows up, won't be glued here either, obviously. So there's a big centerpiece for this board, which we won't be working on today.
Yeah.
But we will be working on everything else, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, so we're going to try to see how much we can get done. I wonder, because I did pick something a little bit complicated for your reference picture.
You did.
Who's going to be done first?
Yeah,
because a lot of mine's just kind of blasting color, and yours is like a little bit of that with
Yeah.
some complicated
I think
stuff.
Kat wanted to race today and wanted to make sure she had a good chance of winning.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not a race, Kat, and you know that. And,
Sure.
And obviously, Kat will win this race, I think, because what she did pick out is, here we go, this cool rock. So a little bit of background today on how we came to this cool rock for what will be on top of this ancient culture's ruined city, largely ruined city. Kat literally typed in Google "cool rock,"
Cool rocks.
cool rocks.
I wanted a variety of stuff to pick through.
Yeah,
And then I got frustrated, and then I decided to be an adult and type in semi-precious stones.
yeah, and that yielded some better results, we think. And one of them was this, which is called labradorite. I think.
Labradorite.
Labradorite, which
Yeah.
means this probably was originally found in Labrador, Canada, I think.
I don't know. That's all you.
Yeah. So here it is, the cool rock, and that's what we're going for. Now, I didn't want it to. I feel like it doesn't really have an exact, intense black background, but rather a little bit bluish. So you guys can see that is why I did. Like you can literally see here's something that has not been tinted blue, and here's something that was tinted blue. Pretty crazy, actually, right? The difference. Like you would not necessarily look at the thing here and be like, oh, it's blue.
Blue, yeah.
But once you see it up against true black, you kind of get it. Now, one thing, the first step you'll notice, if we go back to the cool rock for a second, you'll notice that the cool rock has lots of these like stripes that go through it. And so to make these stripes, I'm taking painter's tape and I'm cutting real careful strips, but not too careful because you can see there's a lot of variation in the strip size here. So I am making sure that we've got these kind of cool strips, again, going through the rock. Because we want to have, the strips are like what make it, right? Then, for my painting plan here for today, for the cool rock, after the strips, I'm going to do a lot of AK titanium white ink all over it, which I actually need to get out. I forgot to get that. Very important. I almost never start any stream without titanium white ink. You just never know when you're going to need it. That's a YouTube streaming tip right there. If you have
you get your pot of water.
You get your pot of water.
You get your tape, you get your brushes, and you get your titanium white ink.
You have to. Then after that, I'm going to just use a lot of contrast on it, we think. Well, I think.
So both of us have never done this particular thing before. My actual real process was the moment you were like, I want this to be like a cool thing that they found in the desert.
Yeah.
I initially, because I knew what colors we were painting everything, I initially wanted it to be very dark, like obsidian. And then I looked up obsidian and it's just black for the most part. Unless you get snowflake obsidian, then it has like these splotches of like gray in it. But it looks like someone dripped really wet paint on it. And I just didn't like the look, so...
Yeah, I wanted something with a little bit more color because it is going to be, other than the Oasis, it is going to be kind of one of the only things on the board that we'll have.
With color other than,
Exactly.
any sort of like small vegetation and
Yeah, so I don't know. I definitely wanted it there to be some color. And I wanted like the blue... as opposed to just the straight black, again, because I just think it looks a little more, not even that it looks natural. We have this conversation a lot, like, do you care about natural or cool looking? But more so cool looking.
Yeah, I think the thing too about it being a semi-precious stone is that there's a lot of variations between like the coloration and everything like that. Like, I don't know if someone's going to be able to like take this and be like, oh, this is like a disc of Labrador. I don't know how realistic that would be. but I don't know. I think it's always important to find inspiration and have pictures so that you sort of know a general direction of where you're going.
Yeah, absolutely. We should say, because I'm going to be pulling up the cool rock picture a few times, not just for you guys, but for myself. We should say when it comes to the cool rock, which again we've identified as labradorite, labradorite,
Labrador, like a dog, labradorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny that we don't even think of Labrador as the area, but the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the plan really here is to have it be influenced by this cool rock, not necessarily
An exact match
of the cool rock. So heads up, if I don't get the cool rock exactly right, please understand. This is an approximation. Cool rock.
This is inspired by, not an imitation of. Yeah.
Expired by not, exactly. So I have some going this way now, and as you guys probably saw on the cool rock, I'm gonna not bring it up because I keep bringing up the cool rock picture. But it has some that actually intersect and go the other way. So now we're gonna cut a few out to do that. And this process probably is going to be the hardest part of the cool rock. The rest of it is going to be nice and easy.
Oh my gosh.
What, terrain? How's it going?
It's just a lot of paint.
It's been a while, huh?
It's a lot of paint is really what it is. When you were like, oh, I should have a few more bottles of this, and I was like, I think we're going to be okay.
Oh, it goes so fast. Yeah. Kat Kat pulled out one color and she was like, yeah, this will be okay. I was like, you want to check what I have more of because it goes fast. Like, it's funny because when you're airbrushing terrain versus when you're airbrushing models, you kind of forget that just like how much more coverage, like space there is. Because sometimes the way you paint a model, like when you're airbrushing, I feel like I'm actually spending longer to successfully like base coat the model than I would a piece of terrain. And so you're like, well, it must be about the same. Or at least you're spending around the same amount of time, right? Like that large thing right there that Kat's working on right now, I sort of feel like, I could spend that same amount of time on like a crisis suit.
Right.
Just airbrushing it. And so you sort of like forget that what's actually happening is you're just covering so much more space when you do terrain. And so paint just disappears fast.
Yeah. I mean, it's also like a thing where if we had zenithal this, I think it would have covered a little bit better instead of just trying to cover black. But I'm not trying to get like a super even opaque coverage because I know I'm going to go in with a bunch of other colors as well too. So yeah, it's just this is the color that I chose to start with. So at the end of the day, it'll probably be the color that like shows up the least.
Right.
So I guess keep that in mind as well too. Oh my gosh.
Now, earlier I said that the city I'm building here. I want to kind of recap a couple things. One, I said it's mostly going to be, well, I'm designing it more so that the centerpieces will look cool for a Sigmar game. But of course, we know we'll definitely use it on the channel for 40K as well. Like I said, these pieces probably, especially the one I'm working on right now, could certainly be used in a 40K board. But the Oasis a little bit later on, maybe not. And I had mentioned that it was kind of influenced by kind of just different ancient desert ruins. And so I sort of I literally searched like ancient desert ruins or antiquity desert ruins and found the city Palmyra, which is, like I said, in the Syrian desert. And the idea is that this whole thing is influenced by that and like a real world place.
Right. Yeah.
So what we decided today is that Kat and I would start off today by talking about in where we would want to take a vacation, not a real vacation, but a vacation to a terrain vacation.
Yeah.
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 So what is a terrain vacation, Kat? I mean, I'm asking you. I'm the one who came up with this,
Yeah.
but maybe you can.
Well, it was really, I mean, it was kind of inspired by a prompt that we've already done before, was like, what's a fantasy world that you would want to vacation in?
Yeah.
And it was essentially like, we both build a lot of terrain, but oftentimes, well, I want to say like almost every time, our concepts and ideas are inspired by like either pictures that we've seen or pictures that we've seen, I think.
Yeah.
I don't like go searching for inspiration. It just kind of like, oh, I'm like scrolling through Instagram or I'm watching a movie or something and like a beautiful place pops up and I'll look it up. And a lot of times I'll end up mixing a bunch of different places together. So, you know, like actually one of the things that I chose is part of my inspiration for the table that I'm building with all the floating rocks.
Oh,
and
right,
stuff like
right,
that. Yeah. So there's that, but then it's mixed with a bunch of different things. And so I think we kept it simple today and picked 3, but really there's like very specific shots that we wanted to encapsulate what, you know, really caught our attention, I feel.
Right. I'm actually going
I feel like I didn't answer your question.
No, you definitely answered my question. I'm real quick gonna actually, like, this titanium ink is almost out. Titanium white ink, but it's like doing a little splatter thing, and I actually want a little bit of that. I could also do this with a toothbrush, kind of like Galaxy, but I actually want some of these little white speckles on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do that. Hey, do you happen to have a titanium white ink on you?
Probably. I can check.
Okay, we'll see. I realize I think I have so many bottles of this, but I think the other 2 are at home with my daughter's stuff. That said, I might have enough, Kat. So if you don't, it's probably okay. But yes, the main I think for me when I do terrain, I kind of think of an idea that I want, like a type of location or a theme such as like a spaceport or somewhere or something like that. But then after that, I typically go searching for cool pictures and stuff like that to be a little more deeply inspired. So, you know, I think like real world pictures are really cool. I've mentioned this before on the channel. And then you literally searched, because we want to show you guys a little slideshow, you literally searched, pretty similar to your cool rocks thing. You searched what? Cool places?
I want to say like most beautiful places or something like that.
Most beautiful places.
I don't know, something like that.
So an expansion on the vocabulary.
Yeah. What I was really looking for were like something akin to like a BuzzFeed article of like, here's a bunch of pictures of things. And so that way I can then take that like place and like look for it.
Yeah.
You know, on Google. So yeah, I didn't have to like go hunting for specific names and stuff.
Speaking of hunting, I'm really making cat hunting right now for titanium whiting. But Kat, it's okay if you don't. I have a substitute, which is my old standby Minotaur Snow White.
Yeah.
Which I will use instead. If I even need it. I may not even need it. Okay, should we look through some... I know, I'm totally making you hunt for paint.
Now it's bothering me that that it's not exactly where I thought it would be. It's okay. I have another thing of paints that I can look through, but
it's okay.
I don't.
We're okay.
I don't think that will
Yeah,
have it.
I'll survive.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. My bad. And that's what I get for putting 2 titanium whites in my Daughters of Cain paint and not just one. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Left top 5. These are yours, Kat. Okay, talk to us about these destinations.
Yeah, so this one is actually what I was talking about earlier. So this is the inspiration for the floating rocks that are in the Avatar movie.
Oh, okay.
And this is also, I want to say, a big inspiration for a lot of like terrain builders and stuff. I want to say that this is probably the inspiration for the floating rocks. Terrain for the Age of Sigmar stuff, like the Lumineth
Yeah.
shrine.
There's a lot of
and-
floating rocks in
yeah.
Sigmar, actually, yeah.
Yeah, so the rocks aren't actually floating. It just it
Wait.
it gives the illusion because it oftentimes has this really thick fog that rolls through it, and then you can't see the forest floor on the bottom of it. But I'm sure this has been inspiration for many a people. So, yeah.
Yeah.
If anyone ever wondered what the floating mountains were, this is what it is.
Yeah, this looks super cool. So how would you've already started to do this a little bit. I guess more to come
Yeah.
from you in this one. Okay, but these other ones you have not yet started to do. So I'm kind of excited to hear your plans for some of these ones. Talk about this one.
Yeah, so this one has a bunch of I think when I looked it up, it has like thousands of temples.
Oh yeah.
It's also often a place where people like go on hot air balloon rides and stuff. That was a lot of the pictures that I saw.
That's right. I feel like I've seen this before.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned hot air balloons.
Because a lot of the like the travel vlogs that I was skimming through to find pictures of it were saying that the view of this place was best viewed from above, and then you get the real scope of like exactly how many temples there are. And when I say thousands, they were very emphatic on that number. There are thousands.
They weren't like messing around. They were
Temples,
like,
yeah.
guys, we can't stress enough. It's thousands.
Yeah, so they're beautifully shaped. They're all a bunch of, they're all very similar in design and like style and stuff, because obviously it's a cultural thing. But I just thought it'd be really fun to just have a bunch of temples in all different sizes and so on and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah. Do it's kind of cool. A lot of times, like Mesoamerica, ancient ruins, and East and Southeast Asian ruins will almost have a little bit more of a unified look. Whereas, same with like Northern Europe and stuff. Mm-hmm. Whereas in this kind of like crux of the ancient world, where like the Middle East and Southeast Europe and the Mediterranean, they have all these cultures like coming and going.
Yeah.
And so the stuff gets like all these different looks and different eras of it. But it is sort of cool. I have one similar like this that's sort of like just one culture's take on the building without maybe another culture going in later and adding to it or tearing some things down and keeping other things. It's kind of an interesting concept. Now, I do want to touch on something else here before we go on to yours, which is you mentioned hot air balloon. Would you go on a hot air balloon ride and see all these? Or are you terrified of hot air balloons?
No, I think I'd go on a hot air balloon ride.
Have you ever been on one before?
No, but there's a lot. There's not a lot that I wouldn't do. As far as like thrill-seeking stuff or whatever, like I'd go skydiving and base jumping and bungee jumping and stuff. And
I think skydiving is less. So I'm terrified of hot air balloons. I would never go on a hot air balloon ride.
Why?
If you ever, I feel like skydiving is less scary than a hot air balloon. Hot air balloon sort of feels like you're just. I feel like anything could happen that would cause me to die. Now, I know not a lot of people die in hot air balloon accidents yearly. I've looked it up. But when they do, it looks like an awful way to go. It's slow. there's nothing you can do about it. You're just stuck there.
Right.
Yeah. It seems really scary. So I don't know that I would ever do that. That's like a no for me. I would skydive. I would not
Interesting.
go on a hot air balloon.
Interesting.
It seems I
Yeah.
just don't like. It seems like there's not enough control. It seems just weird. Like you're up there in this thing, and you look like, oh yeah, well, how does it move? Different temperatures make it move up and down. How does it move left to right? It doesn't. You know what I mean? It's like a little weird, right? It's a little scary. You're okay with it though?
Yeah, I'm totally fine with that.
All right.
I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Well,
But I love stuff like that, like roller coasters, skydiving, base jumping, bungee jumping. I guess to me, like hot air balloons doesn't really fit in with the whole like.
it's not much of a
thing.
thrill-seeking thing. It's
No.
more relaxing, right?
Yeah, but I get that there is, some sort of like
Death.
danger to it.
Death,
Yeah, potentially. But I think that's the thing with everything.
I think that's another problem I have with it is like lots of times you find that some of the ones people die on are more the ones that aren't so dangerous because they might not take the danger as seriously, right?
Interesting.
So yeah, I don't know. I would definitely be a little nervous about a hot air balloon ride.
It's funny too because, like, I get made fun of it a lot, but I don't like the thing that I don't like.
Wait, for a particular reason or just in
well,
general?
I guess
'Cause I'm
I don't
sorry
know.
if in
I don't
general.
know. No. So
Some more healing might need to happen.
one LVO, we went on the that Ferris wheel that you can like drink on.
And it's like on the side of the one that's like on the side of the building, or it's like scary, like up high. No, that's the roller coaster. Never mind.
Yeah. So there's a Ferris wheel where I forgot what it was called, but like you can get one of the carts that actually has like the open bar in it.
Okay.
And everyone wanted to do that, and I just kind of was like, okay, cool, but I didn't really feel like drinking. I just wanted to go to sleep. Like we had spent like hours setting up at that point, and so I was so tired, but everyone wanted to go out afterwards. And I did not have a good time on it. I was very scared, mostly just because it kept wobbling, and it also felt like I was in like this like enclosed like death ball thing.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like super drunk, and so I did not like it.
That sounds sort of what I'm scared about with a hot air balloon, except for, well, people do drink up there. Actually, they're very popular, like in Napa County and wine country, people do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So, little skeptical on that. Anyway, back to Kat's top 5. So,
Yeah.
or
Well,
top
top
three.
yeah.
Top 3.
It's
Here we
the
go,
last
last
one.
one. Talk about this one.
Yeah. So as we were picking it, I was like, okay, I know we're picking for like terrain and or like table. Yeah, the high roller. Thank you, kudos. I was not a fan of that. I probably would not go on it again, honestly. But anyway, as we were picking stuff, I was like, okay, well, I don't think this will be super fun to play on, and or there is the whole challenge of making like these like tiered waterfalls playable.
Oh, I see. Right.
So that was a thing, but I think I could do it. But anyway, it was just pretty. It was pretty, and it's just a bunch of like ledged things with water running down it, because I also almost picked these rice fields in Vietnam.
The terraced rice fields.
Yeah, so I almost picked that, but I'm like, okay, well, that's just a bunch of like pink foam stacked on top of each other, and it's all green. Maybe I'd add some flop to make it textured, but I think this one is that with waterfalls. So I don't know. I just think it's pretty.
Yeah, it is. It would be cool.
And it would add the whole challenge of like being able to make it be playable. So would I make the entire board this thing? I don't think so. I think I'd make this like an edge piece or something, like something to like encapsulate the board.
Got it.
In a way. Maybe it's off the table, but it adds to the ambiance of the entire thing.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
about you?
it's cool. So, which one of these two are you making next? I guess is the next question.
Well, the one that I'm making right now is the
first one.
Is a floating mountain.
Is the floating mountain, but which one after that? I guess we can't hold you to it. You might not,
I don't know. I think it just kind of depends, because like for the Myanmar one, I think I'd have to find buildings that look similar to it. So maybe if I find something like that.
Oh, like for 3D printing or something.
Yeah, either for 3D printing or like just some sort of concept alone by itself, like a close-up of the building where I can like break it down structurally, like, okay, this is this shape, this is this shape.
Right.
And how complicated would that be versus, you know, I don't know. I like working with resin, so maybe the waterfalls. I think it'd be interesting.
That would be cool.
Making like side pieces to a table rather than like, this is terrain that people are going to play on. I want like ambiance and, you know, this is the world that you're playing in, but because you can't play on a bunch of waterfalls, it's off to the side. So,
right. I like it. Okay, look, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I do need to look at the cool rock because I am, this went faster than I thought, but I think I want to layer it up a little bit more, make it a little more vivid. And we are also excited about a gloss varnish we're going to put on it. So before I pull up tape and start helping Kat out, I'm going to probably do one more color layer. And before we do that, I do want to read a super chat that we got from Liberty Fires. Liberty Fires, thanks so much. I don't actually even need to go back and check the super chat because I already know what it says. It says, it's Liberty Fires, and he says, Zach. I'm just kidding. He actually said, Kat.
Yeah.
This time. Thanks as always, Liberty Fires. Kat, actually, what we ask you this every week, but what have you been up to? I know you've been busy with real life, but have you been up to any cool hobby projects recently?
Nothing beyond what I showed last week, mostly just because I'm in the process of helping a friend move and or find a place, but that should be okay-ish in the next couple weeks. So I honestly, that's like a big thing right now.
Yeah.
But I do want to say that I have been obsessed with the video game lately.
Oh, what video game?
It's called Stray. And you play as a cat.
I've seen something about this.
And it's super cute. And
so you just play as a cat in this game?
Yeah. So I thought like, oh, it's that simple, but it's actually really like messed up and dystopian.
Okay.
So I would just highly recommend people play it if you've been thinking about getting it. And it's I think like either $20 or $30. It's not $60, so it's not like a full retail game. But I like it a lot. It's super cute.
Okay.
You press left alt to meow. It's great.
You have to meow on it?
You do, actually. It's not just like a cute thing. You do have to meow.
You have to meow, yeah.
Yeah, it's super cute. I don't know. I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's funny. I did see like some ads, not ads, but like some news about it. And apparently people, Dylan says it's very good. People were saying it's like really good, apparently. It seems interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like super simple of like, oh, I just play as a cat and I like mess around. Because like that's all I heard about it. It was on like a podcast or something that I first heard about it. And then people are like, what is that? Oh, you play as a cat and it's, whatever. And I'm like, oh, that's super cute. I thought it'd be something like Job Simulator in a way, but like Cat Simulator. But no.
Yeah. Well, it's very funny that you say that. Meg always tells a story that when she was a little girl, at the time and still today, she loves dolphins. And she went to go play Echo the Dolphin. I forget if like she rented it or her parents rented it for her or something like that. And she was like in the first kind of part of Sega Genesis Echo the Dolphin where you just swim around for a while. But eventually if you jump up too high, it like triggers the game and like aliens attack and like do all their things. and then you actually have to like try hard for the rest of it.
It's actually
and
a
Megan
game.
was like, "Wait, what? No, I just want to swim around and be a dolphin. I don't want to do the missions." So that sounds interesting. I know, like, rarely do I see. Yeah, there she is. She's Meg. I just told you a story. Rarely do I feel like video games ever just go that simply. It seems like.
I mean, some of them do, yeah. But I started playing it the other day, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna play for like maybe an hour, and I got completely sucked into it, and it was really fun. So yeah. I guess that's what it is. Usually when I'm like dealing with a bunch of like stressful stuff, sometimes hobbying seems a little daunting. If I'm like having to start a new project and I'm not fully inspired, or if I like my tank right now.
Yeah.
I'm not, like, I like it. I like where it's at, but I'm not in love with it. It's going to get to a certain point, and then I'm going to do a bunch of, like, oil washing and weathering and stuff on it, which is fun, but it's always a little bit scary because I think I'm going to mess it up. So, you know, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Just mentally, I guess. There you guys go.
Look, before we hop into my destinations, let's do a few super chats. We have one from Willow. Thank you, Willow, as always. Good evening, Hobby Titans, Willow says. Today I made inroads on my box of scenery and covered a crate in aluminum, then Garagok's sewer. What a disgusting shade. Do we know this shade? Do you know the shade? I'm looking to see if it happens to be one of these.
I think that's one of the new ones.
It's not. I don't have it.
Is it?
Is it? Oh, is it one of yours? You have the shade.
This one.
Oh, yeah.
It's a contrast.
Oh, it is a contrast. Why is it over there? Oh, you have like all the brown contrast.
Yeah, I picked it out the browns.
Let's see. Let's have a look. How gross is this?
Yeah, so you were telling me you haven't touched any of the new ones,
This is really dark. This is a really dark brown.
Even though we got them in like.
Yeah, I have not played around. This is actually the first time I'm doing it right now. On my Cool Rock, which we can check in on. Yeah, Willow, that's awesome. And hopefully, I know you have some Titans terrain on the way. Hopefully, you can like make some cool scatter for it. That's something I know that's kind of exciting. Actually, making scatter is fun. Like, just making scatter, and not like necessarily worrying about what else is going on.
Yeah, and people have been getting their Titans terrain
People have,
stuff,
that's true,
which
yes.
was really cool to see, but also kind of funny when I went into the terrain.
And there was some there.
The section of the Discord, and I was like, oh, this is all Titans terrain stuff.
Yeah, a lot of it was.
Yeah.
Which was interesting. Okay, look, thank you, Willow, as always.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I'm trying to decide what else I could do to my Cool Rock.
So it's looking like a planet.
It is looking a little galaxy.
Which is kind of cool, because, you know, why else would they, like, take this huge heavy stone and put it on top of something?
Yeah, it does work, but I think I'm going to try to get a little more vividness in a couple areas still. How's your lot in life going over here, Kat? Do you regret not doing the special project?
No.
Or you're glad? Yeah, you just went to kick it today and just
I needed to be able to turn my brain off and do this, which is also why I haven't like made a ton of progress in my tank and stuff. Like I'll take it out and then I'll just sit there. It is kind of sad, but I'm sure a lot of people go through, I don't know, sort of like an artist block phase of like, I want to hobby, but I can't even begin to tell you where I would get started. So.
Right.
There's a piece of hair on here.
Oh, that's probably mine because I have a lot of hair and it falls off my head all the time. Like it's okay. It's not like I'm going bald.
Right.
It'd be okay if I was, by the way. Oh gosh.
Oh man.
I'm slowly stepping into something here.
Oh man.
It's like,
Are we gonna have another stamp collector
I'm seeing it happen in slow motion. Yeah, my hair gets sometimes glued to my terrain. Sometimes like I'm playing a game, like a BAO I was playing, and there's just like hair on Marath, like wrapped around Marathi's wing. I was like, oh, how'd that get there?
It's basing.
Yeah. All right, look, I decided that to make it look more like a rock and less like a galaxy, I'm gonna do my
Your steel wool.
my steel wool trick around a few areas. So this will kind of just give it like a little bit more like, I don't know, geology. I'm sure that's not
Give
not
it more
exactly.
geology.
Just give it a little bit more geology.
All right.
Just give it a little bit there. Oh gosh, it looks even more galaxy-y now. All right, well we'll see. Hopefully I can. The idea is it kind of emulates marble.
I mean, it is kind of cool.
It's okay. Yeah, it'll be all right. I'll get it. We'll get there.
It's cool looking. I do think that, like, you know, the stone, that every time we do like a studio cleanup, we go, what is this? And you go, this is what it's for. I think you should take that and like bevel the edges a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's a little too straight. But,
Okay. We'll do it. We'll do it at the end. Yeah.
Maybe that will make it look less planet-like.
Also, maybe you think, yeah.
Perhaps.
Okay.
Perhaps.
Okay, I like it. But actually, I think that this will help. Hey, look, thank you again, Liberty Fire. Zach, not sure if you've kept up with this, but Adrian put Snape on his top 3 villains list. Is Snape a villain? Why don't I understand? Yeah, I know. I was there when he did that. Look, I have to confess that while I've seen the Harry Potter movies a few times, and I know who's the main bad guy, Gargamel?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Right?
Gargamel.
Yeah, Gargamel is
Voldemort.
Voldemort. Okay, Voldemort. I do know Voldemort is actually like the real bad guy, and Snape is sort of like almost like an anti-hero, I think, right? Would you describe Snape as an anti-hero?
Yeah.
Without giving away too many spoilers.
Yeah.
So I do know that Snape is not maybe quite a hero or a villain, but look, I don't know. I mean, how Adrian
You could
defines
say
it.
he's an anti-villain as well too. I mean, if you want to classify
Is that a
him
thing?
as
Is
a
there an
villain,
anti-villain?
yeah. It's like a misunderstood, bully in a way,
Oh, okay.
right? Like there's things going on in his life that cause him to do bad things, but he doesn't want to do bad things.
I mean, isn't that pretty much every villain? I guess not in like.
In a way,
Isn't that kind of what creates villains to begin with? At least in real life, or creates bullies anyway. Like people aren't just really like born bullies. Wow, this is Liberty Fires. You were not expecting us to dive this deeply into psychology, probably. And by dive this deeply into psychology, I mean in a way that we're completely uncertified, really, to do so. Unqualified.
Right? Yeah, I took one psychology class.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, in high school.
In high school? Okay.
So,
I don't know. That sounds.
That's it.
That sounds probably not good.
No. So a long time ago.
Yeah. Sounds like maybe we.
That's it.
Yeah, maybe we should cool it on the.
So.
On it. But you know what? Look, we're not claiming to know what we're talking about.
I would not say Snape is a hero. So.
But he is.
If you have to be that black and white about it.
If you either have to be hero or villain, he's definitely a villain.
I think he's a villain. Because I don't think you have to be like purely evil to do, villainous things.
Okay.
But I want to say the majority of his actions, even though they were maybe well-intentioned after a bit, were kind of villainous.
Okay.
I would say he's an anti-villain. I know ultimately it was like, oh no, he was doing this like under Dumbledore's orders and, whatever. Sorry for the Harry Potter spoilers, but it's been out for a while, so I think I'm okay.
Well, yeah.
I would say he's a good villain. Probably not the greatest hero, but, he was the bravest man that Harry Potter ever knew.
So Liberty Fires,
Yeah.
I don't understand either. And I don't know if Adrian has even gotten to. I don't know if Adrian.
I would not put him on my top villain list at all, though.
No.
No, I don't think he makes a good villain.
He's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if Adrian has gone to more of his villain beyond that, more of his villain list. Man, I cannot get this Frost Heart contrast to not have like white stuff on the bottom of the bottle, which makes me think like, oh, there it goes. That's a lot. Okay, well, look, while I shake a bottle of Frost Heart, a lot, honestly, because it needs it. Here we go. Okay, so
yours.
this board right here,
Yeah.
this place right here is this national park in Chile. I've never, like, well, Kat, I don't know, have you been to any of your places? I've never been to any of my
No.
places, yeah.
I don't know.
But I actually, Frontline Gaming actually makes a mat that kind of, like, I think works well for this. And it's a board that's in the works for me. Well, I've not done any physical work on it, so that's not true. But I've collected some materials for it, and I actually want to make a 40K board with this and have it be like a Necron. The idea is like a Necron retreat almost, and by retreat I mean like it's a place where the Triarchs go and have like meetings. So yeah, I love this white and this like this color of the lake and the yellow, and that's kind of what I'm going for on the board. So I'm actually very excited to get to this board. I hope to get to it this calendar year, as a matter of fact.
Is this going to be the next one for you?
Because
you already have the map.
I have.
Yeah.
It might be the next like strictly 40K board I do. I need to do a few Sigmar boards, and Sigmar boards that like can blend with 40K. So this one, I mean, I guess I could make a Sigmar element to this one, but I was really kind of hoping to just make this like a 40K one and really have it be the Necron one. Plus, I think like every time someone does Necron terrain, they buy one of the Necron mats and make the terrain. And I'm kind of like, hey guys, Necrons don't always have to build on like Necron mats, right? They can like have their own buildings in the wilderness.
Yeah, I mean, you
stuff.
shouldn't, shoehorn Necrons into a box.
Into the Necron mat, right? Yeah. So I really want to make a Necron board with some of the I forget the name of the company. I have an order. It's very expensive terrain. It's super cool. It's War Gamma? No, I can't remember the name. Cromlech. Cromlech has like this awesome line of Necron terrain, and I've been eyeing some of it up, and I really want to make a board with that on this mat. Coming soon to a tabletop near you. Yeah, hopefully.
Well, near you.
Near me.
Specifically.
For you guys to see. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a cool one. This is like this ancient ruins in Cambodia. And I've done some jungle boards before, but I've never really gone to do like a jungle board quite like this. And so it's something I've wanted to do for a while. And yeah, I hope to get to. I have a jungle board already, and I wouldn't mind like maybe just trying to add to it and add a little bit more of this type of thing in it. But I've always been sort of inspired by this place, and hope to make a board that does this more like a centerpiece with the tree growing in. Like I don't know, there's just a lot of cool stuff going on here.
Yeah, so this was the one that we were like, it's very similar to the temples in Myanmar. If you look up more pictures of this place, the temples are very similarly structured and tiered and everything like that. So this is just more the jungle version, and I think mine is like
hot air balloon country.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm having a really hard time getting this. Oh, because the tape's all the way down here. Great. All right, I'm starting to take off the masking on the cool rock.
And how are you liking it?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool on the top.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay, my last one. Oh yeah, this is kind of my terraced one. These are salt flats. I'm super into like salt, like any kind of terrain where there's like a lot of white without it actually being like Arctic or snow. I think like whenever we do Arctic and snowboards, we're kind of like, oh, or like white colored boards, like, oh, it's got to be snow, it's got to be Arctic or whatever. But I'm super into salt flats and just like the look of salt flats. And so, I don't know, I thought this place was pretty cool. I would love to do a salt flat like desert board one time. And I don't know, yeah, maybe I would do resin here too. I don't know, what do you think?
I think you can, because it was like tiered, like salt pools and stuff, which
Right.
was like very specifically this. Now, how would you go about it being salt? Like red is salt and not snow.
I know. And it's not easy because like that happens with salt flats a lot. I think I've mentioned this before, but a lot of clothing companies will shoot their winter catalogs on salt flats because that's how it reads, and that way they can shoot their winter catalog in like summer or spring on the salt flats, and it looks like winter.
Right.
So I don't know. Right, I'd have to really.
I guess that would be your challenge, right?
Yeah.
Because I think the big thing with me, I mean, I've talked about it before, but the big draw for me with, well, anything but like hobbying in general and like what I'm really drawn to, is a challenge.
Yes.
So that'd be interesting.
The challenge of salt and not snow. Yeah, I know. I think you'd have to make it like you could maybe make it look warm in other places. I don't know, like, or would that just look confusing? If that was the only thing you relied on, right, to get that effect.
Yeah.
Okay, look, I am almost done with the special project. I'm pretty happy with how it came out, and I'm gonna high gloss it now here once it dries, and I think that's really. Oh, you said the rock thing.
Yeah.
Nobody has seen us use the rock in a little while, so here we go. Hopefully it doesn't ruin this whole thing.
Now, I have emptied an entire pot of
Xandri dust? Yeah.
So.
I kind of knew that was going to happen.
And that was your only one.
No, it wasn't, right?
On the table?
There should be 2 Xandri dusts. Oh, no.
Yeah, no.
All right. Looks like the other ones are going to be... Oh, maybe I have another Xandri dust. Let me check. Okay, I'm doing a little rock. Because you would need it. You need the Xandri dust, right?
I mean, I can do some other stuff.
Let's
That's
see.
totally
I
fine.
might have it.
I can also just hold off on painting the other ones and just do this one today.
Oh my gosh, I have so much Talaran sand and XV88.
Yeah.
I have like no Xandri dust though. I have like everything else. Maybe brown. I have like only not Xandri dust.
It's fine.
Okay. I'm sure like one of them could be a different color, or some of them could be slightly different if you think.
Well, I'll just not paint the
Does not do the other ones.
yeah, because the other.
Oh, it's like the little things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we're fine.
Okay. Fair. Okay, back to rocking, back to rock smashing here. Liberty Fires, thanks again, buddy. As always. Kat, top 3 villains list. Go.
Shoot.
Sorry you have to think today.
Shoot.
He's right. You were planning on not thinking.
Shoot. God.
Yeah.
I want to say Sauron from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do you like about Sauron from Lord of the Rings?
Because he's just evil. he's evil and he's kind of cool looking. He's got like, this big eye that also happens to appear in every single Cheesecake Factory for some reason.
What?
I don't know. Have you never looked at their decor? Like inside of a Cheesecake Factory? Like they have these weird Eye of Sauron looking things. This is
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I've not been inside of a Cheesecake Factory
ever?
in a long time.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure last time I've been inside of a Cheesecake Factory. It's not a brag, by the way. Cheesecake Factory, like if you want family dining, you could do worse.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure Megan and I went to the courthouse and we kind of had our wedding in a few different ways. But the actual ceremony, you go to the courthouse and you do the thing. And I'm pretty sure after that we went out to dinner with our family at a Cheesecake Factory.
Nice.
Pretty sure it was a Cheesecake Factory. Meg,
Yeah.
if you're in chat, remind me. I think it was a Cheesecake Factory.
So inside of the Cheesecake Factory, they have these like little pillar things off to the side of like some of the booths, and they legitimately look like the Eye of Sauron, and I just think it's the funniest thing. But anyway, I don't know, like I like, you know, villains that are just, that's it, they're evil, right?
Yeah.
Like, because then you start to get the whole question with like the whole Snape thing of like, are they actually truly evil? Are they just misunderstood? You know, whatever kind of thing.
Right.
You get this gray area, which makes her great storytelling, but I don't think makes for someone you can truly call a villain.
I see.
And or put them on a top 3 villains list.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so that's one. Oh, by the way, I am going to do a little bit more here. I actually saw Brad had a pretty cool idea, which is to do black over top of some of this now with this, which I think is a good call.
If you pull up the
if I pull up the cool rock, we'll see that's going on a bit, especially interwoven where the other ones are already.
Yeah.
To like kind of make it look like a network of cracks and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call, Brad.
What would be the second one? God, I don't even know.
Yeah, it's hard. I guess, I don't know. Adrian is really taking his time on it, which, like, you know, I admit I would have no idea off the top of my head.
Okay, so Sauron, Lord of the Rings. Oh, I got some like weird stuff on this one. Give me 1 second while I scramble to fix this.
Oh, that's okay. It's terrain. Like the second color will.
Yeah, I just didn't want it to be like obvious. Like I'll feather it out and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is really hard.
Earlier we were talking about does it have to be people? And I had one of the things I tossed out was
like Scar.
Well, Scar, but even like in real life, like I was talking about like climate change or credit default swaps, something like that. It's not quite as fun and probably not what Liberty Fires is looking for, but like
Climate change is a villain?
Yeah, conceptual. Can they be conceptual villains? But I don't think we should do that. Liberty Fires, I don't think that's in the spirit of your question. Like it's not a fair answer. Like can you imagine like a kid asking somebody like, well, who's your favorite villain? And they're like subprime mortgage lending, of course. Like
Of course.
It's awful. Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Wow. Oh gosh, what's her name? Oh no. Can I even say that she's like top if I don't even remember her name? Is it Zima?
Zima?
From Emperor's New Groove?
Oh, yeah, I don't know her name either, but I do love Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of my favorite Disney movies.
Yeah. So her. And then I'll say Ursula.
Ursula from Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you like? What makes Ursula a good villainess?
I think she has the best song. Honestly.
Oh, she has a pretty good song.
She's got like one of the coolest songs.
You know what villain has the weirdest Disney song ever? Is the one from Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's so weird. His song is just like very weird.
I think that whole movie.
The movie's weird.
It's
right?
a little weird. Yeah.
Like not necessarily in a bad way, but just like compared to what's around it, you're kind of like, what is going on here? Like.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Ursula probably has one of the best villain songs in all of like the Yzma. There you go. Thank you.
Yzma.
I think Ursula has probably one of the best villain songs in
Disney.
all of like the older Disney animated movies.
Okay.
So, there you go.
Okay,
So,
Liberty Fires.
Sauron,
You got
Yzma, and Ursula.
yeah, the classics. I love it. Look, Liberty Fires.
Thank you.
I hope you
For making me think.
You got an answer from Kat faster than you did from Adrian. I think he's still working on his.
Really?
I think so.
He's leaving the people waiting. All right.
Yeah. Hey, look, this awesome stone thing found in the desert.
Yeah.
It's just about done.
Wow. Look at you.
Yeah. I can't help but think
You definitely beat me.
I won the race.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Because, I don't know. I'm happy with how this came out. It would be interesting to see how yours would have come out. And if you would have taken the whole, 2-hour stream to do it.
Probably.
And that's not an insult. I think you would have, right? I probably went a little faster than I needed to on it. But now I can help you out. And we can assembly line some of this stuff. So what is happening? What's the next plan here? Kat, you're in charge.
I am going through with Talaron sand.
Talaran sand.
Talaran sand.
Yeah.
There you go. And essentially I'm just kind of getting it in places where it's looking a little light of Xandri dust, and I have no
more Xandri dust?
no more Xandri dust.
I think we could also just do the other ones. Well, we'll do them later. It's fine, like you said.
Yeah, because I mean, if you have other pots of Xandri dust, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
But yeah, mostly just because I'm trying to get a blend of the two.
Yeah.
And then we'll go in with the lighter colors on more precise and controlled areas, like on the edges and anywhere where it's chipped or cracked or something. Now,
Okay.
no, what were you gonna say?
Well, I was going to say, humbly present my rock found in antiquity by ancient tribe, unearthed, and used as one of their religious icons. Here it is. This is Cool Rock by Zach. Doing stuff like this is kind of fun because literally you just do your thing. You just do it. You just paint a thing.
You go, I think this is how it would be. And,
Yeah, I could have done this on the side of some guy's van. But
Yeah.
instead I got to just do it here real quick. And
Well, you're missing the wizard.
I am
Right.
missing a wizard. It's true. But overall, I think this is going to look very dope on top of that thing that you're currently painting. That's me. There you go. On top of this thing. Once we get
it
done.
just blends in with the
look
table.
at the zoom.
It's great.
Look at this great zoom. Actually, here's the zoom. Oh no, that is the zoom.
That is the zoom,
There we go.
yeah.
Bummer. So we can get a closer look. Okay, how can I help? Talaran sand?
Yeah.
Okay,
me see if I
there's
have-
probably more than one over there, huh?
You know what? There is not.
Oh, that's okay. There was Talaran sand in the Citadel Air.
Yeah, so we have
in my
two-
ones behind you.
Tau light.
Cowlight ochres, yeah.
Yeah, we have 2 Baylor Browns. We have 1 Ushapti bone. We have 1 Turbinatus stone. And then we have some contrast paints and some shades and stuff. So, yeah.
All right. You know, I do have to say, the other kind of funny thing about, the other thing that's kind of weird about all the different GW sand colors is that the gradation on them is so fine. I feel that I don't know. I want to see the difference between Xandri dust and Talaran sand. Talaran sand's a little darker,
Talaran sand is looking much more yellow.
much more yellow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm just kind of taking one of these and just hitting it in some areas that look like a little too black.
Yeah.
Basically? Okay. Nice and easy. Ooh, painting train with an airbrush that's fun. Now, Kat, the brick pieces that I've included in here, point these out to people here, glued these little brick components on that I cut and sort of smashed them down to make them a little bit round it to look a little more weathered, like Kat had, like you instructed me to do with the cool rock. Do we just let them the same color and we just catch them with
some dry brushing?
some dry brushing?
Yeah. I'm
Look
not
at this
trying
guy,
to be
Seth.
careful.
Thank you, Seth. Seth, gloss coat the cool rock, he says. Seth, way ahead of you. It is, let's go back to it real quick and see if it still looks, it's kind of glossy, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that it shines, but look, when you see the cool rock on top of the temple, you'll hopefully see the gloss difference.
So there is a spot where I don't know if you want to wait for it to come back around, where the tape didn't go all the way.
I see that. I'm
Over
not too worried
the edge,
about it.
but
It's
I
like,
also think that if you just spray in some black and blend it in a little bit, it'll look
Here
a
it
little
comes.
bit better.
Down there a little bit.
Yeah.
Right there, yeah. Yeah, I could probably just even do that with a brush real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be my suggestion. But yeah, I don't know. I've never gloss coated pink foam before, so I guess that was a weird
Yeah, it's fine. I mean,
thing.
yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't look super glossy on camera, but it is gloss coated.
Yeah. I know. It's going to be on Tabletop Titans on the top down. It's going to be like shining insanely bright. Building this stuff was super fun. I actually worked a lot with Adrian when I did it. I kind of had a good sense of what I knew worked well for Sigmar, and then I worked with Adrian to make sure we had it good for 40K. This piece right here, you guys see that I'm working on. There are 4 of them, and they're really designed to build L's and deployment zones. Kat, can you here? Actually, I can grab it. Here's the other one. So like you can just like make an L like that or like that right away for deployment zones. They're 5 inches tall because of the pillars. And so, boom, 2 L's right away. And in Sigmar, you don't really need the L's, but they can just be terrain, kind of small terrain pieces that are handy and useful. So it is very possible, honestly, to I think make terrain look cool, be functional, even work in 2 different systems. Yeah. Not that hard. It was actually fun. Like you said, I actually kind of like the challenge. I like the challenge of making terrain functional. I think if all you have to do is make terrain look cool, that's exciting. That's like its own thing. But I don't know. There's something about the
then
challenge.
I think then it would just be a diorama at that point.
It's almost like the limitation of it is fun.
Yeah. And like that's a big thing, right? Because like I wanted to build Negan. I didn't watch that far into Walking Dead, so yeah, I think he would have been cool just based off of what I heard.
Yeah.
But I never watched that season, so yeah. Anyway.
I think it's around when I stopped too.
Like there's. To me, the only point in making terrain is so that people will play with it. And if you make it so that it doesn't look playable, people aren't going to play with it. And then you just have this cool display piece,
Yeah,
which is awesome. It's fine, but then it's not terrain.
Right, yeah. I'm with you. But it's its own thing, Well, I'm definitely going to put a little thinner in the rest of this. Talaran sand. Look, I love Citadel Air through a Badger, but the tan colors through a Sotar. Even that I like thin a little bit, especially on terrain. Kind of just want the coverage.
Yeah, we're just kind of blasting color at this point.
What is the next step, Kat?
Then I think I'd go in with either Shopti or Terminatus, anything lighter, and then just kind of like splash it in places, get the edges.
With an airbrush first?
Oh,
like
yeah.
you were saying, just like coloration? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then see where we can go from there. What I'm really trying to do is make it so that when we go to wash this, there's actual like variations in color rather than just like everything is one color.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to spread this air paint out as much as possible, but it is pretty thin, and we are spraying onto foam, which likes to soak up a lot of color on top of black. So, yeah. Oh, it's like blending with the table a little bit. That's funny.
Yeah.
But I'm not being super picky about like where this color is. You know, you're picking up a little bit of Xandri, you're picking up a little bit of Talaran on the edges here. You can kind of see it a little bit, or at least I can. I mean, it's wet right now, so you can definitely see the difference between the two.
Can you hand me that guy all the way over there?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the one where I started to run out of
Okay.
stuff. So
this one will have a little more.
I tried watering it down a little bit.
Okay.
But
we'll make it work.
You can see that it just got thinner.
I mean, I think the variation in color, even among like a different piece, isn't. As long as some of the color is there, and as long as the spirit of the terrain is present, you know.
Yeah. Now, with everything here, because this isn't a full. Okay, we obviously have your centerpiece.
Have the centerpiece, and we'll have a lot of scatter.
Yeah. So, what would you use for scatter?
Well, when you cut these pillars, there's a learning curve, and you make a lot of bad ones.
Oh, okay.
So I have a lot of those,
Okay.
kind of broken up into pieces, which is cool actually, because I wanted them anyway. So that's cool. So a lot of pillars, and then just a lot of like rubble and rocks. Will be scattered. There actually will be really no plant life in this desert, outside of the piece on the oasis. So that's exciting. No moss, weirdly. Unusual
Weird.
for me,
Yeah.
I know. And then the other thing I did order for this board are enough trees to make 2 forests. Because forests kind of have their own rules in both 40K and Sigmar that make them interesting. And I ordered these trees that are like fairly dead, but I'll be putting on these like alien tufts that are like pink, or I might do blue, or I might actually take like the tall grass, the stuff we use for reeds and tall grass, and color it blue and put it in like clumps and have it like stringy clumps coming off the tips of the trees and stuff to have like kind of just funky looking, alien looking trees that look kind of otherwise dead, but then have these weird, and a little splash of color, like blue, so that we have more blue. Yeah.
Okay.
And that'll be the full board. Ooh, I just splattered a bunch of stuff. I guess I shouldn't randomly move my hand around.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Because, like, I know kind of what I want to do with, like, everything. But I think just everything's feeling like a lot of work right now. Like, I have all my 3D printed terrain for my board. But it needs a lot of, like, filling and sanding and stuff just to make everything look nice. But all the pieces are so huge that it just feels so intimidating. Then not to mention that everything then needs to get painted and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So I am procrastinating is really what I'm saying. So, but it's okay. I think that's fine. I think that's perfectly fine. You don't have to be creative all the time.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
forcing yourself to be, I think, is even worse.
That's definitely true. Okay, this guy has had no. What was the first color? Xandri does.
Xandri, yeah.
But this is a piece that goes up high, so I don't know. Should I just do a Talaran sand and we just deal with it?
It's up to you.
I guess it is up to me. I guess it is.
It is your table.
It is your table that I've roped in to painting.
Yes.
So I think I will. We're gonna do it.
Ultimately, I don't really think it's going to be that big of a deal.
No, I actually, and I'll tell you, I wouldn't mind. Brent and I did this with the hoodoos. I wouldn't mind when we do like lighter colors, doing more on the top. Because I like the way it creates like verticality and banding. So like if you have any thoughts on ways to do that, like one of those colors, just like more on the top, so when you like look at everything, you kind of see that. I don't even know that it's a real thing, but I just know that I really like the look of it.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's just all about like what angle you spray it at, right? Instead of picking it up and turning it all around,
right.
you're just spraying it from like one angle.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So one of these colors, whichever one you think we should. And I have more of both of those. I also have more tans in general behind.
Yeah. So if we've gotten really yellow with this Tolaran stone?
Yeah.
Tolaran sand.
Tolaran sand, yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Terminata stone.
Which is less yellow than Upshanti bone. But what I guess okay, let me rephrase this. I guess what I'm asking you is, we're now about to do some lightening up of things, and I'm gonna take your lead on that. But are we gonna do that same process on the lighting stuff, the top thing I'm requesting? We'll just do more up top, or what do you think? Or is it like is it a third color altogether? Like how would you?
Well, because a lot of that we can do with airbrush and also with dry brushing as well too. It's just all about like placement of your colors, right? So if you only want this lighter color on like the tips of things, then we can do that. I'd like to bring it down a little bit lower to certain spots, but that's also something that we can fix with like the transparent colors as well too. Like we only spray the transparent colors on the bottom.
Oh,
and then that makes it darker.
I like it. Yeah. Let's
so
plan on that.
There's a lot of
I like that.
Yeah, there's a lot that you can do.
Okay, I'm into it. Thank you, Blake. My toddler has officially deemed you as, wow, cool. This is the ultimate honor. He is also now reading his book to you. Oh, what's the book, Blake? Very curious.
Wow.
Do you have like a favorite book that, toddler book that you remember?
Toddler, like kid book?
When you were like a toddler and like your parents read it to you or something like that.
Corduroy?
Corduroy. What is?
Is that bear that gets like?
The Paddington?
No. It's like a teddy bear.
Okay.
It's a teddy bear with corduroy overalls, and he gets left in a mall, and then it goes on this adventure. So it's this closed mall, and so everything is like, whatever. But there's like mannequins and everything like that. He loses his button at some point in time. And really, the big thing with that was my first like stuffed animal was like a little brown bear.
Oh, okay.
And so it just fit.
It just fit your canon. Wait, are you about to paint this one?
Yeah.
Wait, let's see real quick. I
Sure.
want to see how, so far, now this isn't done, but I want to see how this is. Oh yeah, I like it so far. But it actually will be even cooler once we, this is going to be good.
Yeah.
And on the mat and everything, it's going to look super wild. I like it.
I think it's going to be cool.
Okay.
I do think if you darken up the edges a little bit, where those things are coming from, it'll give it more contrast to the thing.
I probably will do that. I will probably wait till the rest of it is all done. And then
I'm very surprised you don't know corduroy, because it was...
It's not new. It's like older.
Yeah, maybe. And, there's a 10-year difference, but my sister's 3 years older than me, and it was her book first, and it was probably out even before that. So...
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember all of those.
Fair.
I think mine was probably Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Okay. What is that about?
It's just like this kid who had a crayon, and it was purple, and he just drew a bunch of stuff.
Oh, Where the Wild Things Are.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Was also a big one.
Yeah.
The Caterpillar book.
Oh, yeah. Eric Carl's Caterpillar book. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, and then the Rainbow Fish.
That one I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Wait, is that not like One Fish, Red Fish?
No. Okay. It was about this fish that had all these like pearlescent scales, and it was giving it away to everybody, and it was like a lesson in like not giving away, or like not spreading yourself so thin, and like not giving people undeserving your attention, you know, your time and energy and stuff like that too. So, yeah.
Oh, Night Night Farm. I don't know if I know Night Night Farm. Do you know Night Night Farm? No. Exciting though. Thanks, Blake. Super awesome. Very, very glad to be part of that. Soon,
Yeah.
Blake's toddler can do some painting, maybe. I don't know. When do kids start painting? Oh,
Never.
you know what? It's super fun when you're a toddler. Somebody actually brought this up last week. It's like those black papers that you then like draw and then like this underneath.
Yeah.
Remember those?
Yeah, those are super fun.
Okay, what am I supposed to be doing now? I feel like I'm just goofing off. What color?
Terminatus stone.
Okay,
what I have.
I think I'll get my own Terminatus stone. Well, yeah, I'll get my own Terminatus stone here in a second.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm just spraying the edges a little bit.
Oh, okay. And should I do that? Okay, so what I'll do... Oh, man. I actually want to... Are you cool if I thin this a little bit?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So around the edges, and then how's it interacting with the pillars? Anything? Anything I need to know?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
I guess I'll see how this turns out. I'm trying not to get it like too strongly all over everything, but it does want to cover everything. So, you know, but this is something that we can bring down with one of the shades or the contrast paints as well too.
Oh yeah, Very Hungry Caterpillar. Yeah, I like Blake's like Night Night Farm is just a kid's book. It's whatever.
Well, because I have a lot of like young nieces and nephews. I think my youngest nephew is turning is maybe like 1.5 or something like that, or is 2. But then my oldest one just graduated high school, so I have a big family. Is really it. Which is probably why I know these books like really well still, because you know I read them to my nieces and nephews recently-ish, within the past like 5 years. So
Okay, how's this looking? Am I doing this right?
yeah,
All right, I'm gonna do another one, space, and wait for instruction from you on pillars.
so you only have one font. Oh, because then you dropped your book in the bath, and then that was it for you, right?
That was a different book. I was a kid when that happened.
It was all done.
Yeah.
And over with. You immediately forgot every single book.
And then I just stuck with TV mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, like, look, I like to do things when I'm like doing TV or consuming media. So like, you can't really read. I know we can do audiobooks. I know everybody brings up like, why don't you do audiobooks? But, and I should be doing more audiobooks.
So is there a difference between a podcast and an audiobook? Do you listen to podcasts?
Yeah, not regularly, honestly. I can't say there's like a podcast that I really listen to regularly. I like to listen to this guy, Mike Duncan, that I like. He does like history. I listened to his whole History of Rome podcast. That was super cool. And then he had one called Revolutions, which is very cool, where it's like, I forget what it starts with. It starts with like the British Civil War and goes to the French Revolution and Russian Revolution. It's cool. So I've listened to some of his, but it just depends, you know. And weirdly, the thing is that like I don't think Meg is super into those podcasts, and since she's been working from home more, she's home more than I am now. Mm-hmm. Let me see the difference here. Fix accordingly. Yours is, let's see.
Softer. I think.
Softer.
I can add more.
No, it's okay.
Well, because you can't really take away, so I can add more.
No, I can't. No, you're right. Nope. Yeah, you're right. I can't.
It's all in words, fine. Because we can shade them down. It's totally fine. It's all about push and pull. So
Yeah.
you know.
Okay. So I feel like kind of since Meg has been home, I don't listen to those anymore. I mean, she'd be fine to listen to them probably, but I don't want to make her listen to. Or she's like working, right? So.
What about headphones?
Well, then I'm like, I don't know. I don't do.
Feel
that
like you're ignoring her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just like not. I don't know. Not doing the same thing. Oh wait,
No,
what
I
did
get
you
it.
do with the pillars? I kind of.
Oh, I just
like the top
did a
almost?
little bit.
Just like
Really?
kind of on
Yeah,
the-
it's just the tops. And just kind of whatever overspray happened to be there.
Okay.
Yeah. What about your wife's podcast?
Oh, Meg's podcast. I do listen to Meg's podcast.
Okay, that's the one that you listen to regularly.
Yeah, I do listen to it regularly. Yeah. But
Okay,
I'll admit, not all of them. Not all
Yeah,
of them,
that's fair. Do you find that? Okay, do you think there's a difference between podcasts and audiobooks?
I don't know. Like in general, the lines have really blurred between, like, I guess like the instinct I want to jump to is like, well, an audiobook is made by professionals and a podcast is probably not.
Also
right?
made by professionals.
But often also made by professionals, and audiobooks can probably also be made by like people that have no business making audiobooks, right?
Sure. Yeah.
By people who had no business writing a book in the first place. So
Yeah.
the line is really like blurred. So I guess if you're asking me, if, like, I think of them as a difference, not really. Like, I wouldn't like exclusively listen to one and not the other, I guess.
So you just don't listen to either.
Yeah, instead I just don't listen to either. That's
Okay.
right. Oh, this one's sticking. Yeah. I don't know. We are currently reading a book actually together, Meg and I, before you go to sleep at night. We're reading a book about Chernobyl and the Soviet Union, and Midnight at Chernobyl it's called. It's very good. It's pretty interesting. So I do read. I am kind of reading. I know people are very worried about
You not reading.
me falling behind in my reading level. I currently, I think I currently read at a pretty solid 10th, 11th grade level.
That's
not bad.
something. Yeah.
That's something.
It's something. You don't know corduroy though.
I did know
which-
corduroy, no. It sounds a little familiar. I don't know. Maybe I did. It seems familiar. I'm thinking of Paddington or some other bear.
It's like a stuffed bear.
Don't we hate Paddington? No, who's the one we all hate? Kalu or
Caillou?
Caillou? Do we hate Paddington too? Guys, chat, can you help me remember if we hate Paddington? I can't remember. I feel like he might be one of the ones we hate, but I can't remember.
Okay, so
It's Caillou,
is
right?
so is it yes.
That we hate? Okay.
Is there a difference between Paddington or Stuart Little? And which
Stuart
one?
Stuart Little's a
more?
mouse, right?
Yeah, but they're both like adopted sentient animals.
Oh, I see. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know either of them very well. Do you remember when that movie Stuart Little came out? It was really popular. And now I feel like I never hear anything about it.
Because they don't make anymore?
Yeah, they had some restraint on that one, huh? Unlike those stupid Minions, which I see like every 6 months there's some movie with Minions.
I think they have 4 movies.
I've ranted about this before. The average American does not go more than 24 hours without seeing a Minion somewhere in their life. Like, there's a Minion on
Oh, 'cause
on
of
a
their
bill-
marketing
there's like
thing?
there's like a Minion trying to sell you like a Verizon plan. There's just like a Minion constantly, I feel like.
And you don't like them just because they're
I don't even know if I
constantly
don't like
being
the
shoved in your
Minions.
face?
I think I'm probably fine with Minions. I just like, I feel like there's Minions everywhere all the time.
Okay.
Don't you feel like there might be like too many Minions?
I'm probably not paying attention
You're gonna,
to
yeah.
Minions.
See, that's not good because now. Well, you're gonna notice it now for sure.
Yeah, I think us just talking about it, my, phone that is definitely listening is like, you like Minions. Here you go.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I just feel like there's Minions everywhere. Okay, Paddington. We like Paddington. Okay. I couldn't remember. It's Caillou that we don't like.
Caillou is very different than Paddington.
Why don't we like Caillou? Does anyone know?
Because he's kind of a brat.
Is that why?
Yeah.
Is it any more of a brat than Bratz? Remember Bratz?
No.
You don't remember?
Well, okay, so I remember it, but it wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
So, like, I remember it being a thing, but it wasn't like...
Is that helpful to pass one right directly in front of you?
Yeah.
All right, look, I've got this last one. Oh, wait, I did that one already. I mean, you're doing more.
I'm just going to...
Oh, yeah. Cat's like, no, yeah, I know. It's good.
Yeah, it's
great.
great.
Like you did a good...
You did a good job.
You did a good job, yeah. Babar, the elephant. Yeah, I remember Babar. Do we hate Babar? I can't remember. For a while, everyone hated Barney. Remember Barney being hated?
Yeah.
VeggieTales. I guess, like, you know what? Honestly, when you're a teenager, it's just kind of natural for teenagers to hate all these things. You have to, right?
They gotta rebel.
As a teenager, you really do have to kind of like hate the stuff that you liked as a little kid.
Well, because then everyone just is like, remember that you loved this one thing forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, and we're constantly going to get it for you now because you're this person.
That happened to my dad with small wooden ducks. Someone gave my dad a small wooden duck when he was like in his mid-30s. And my dad was like, oh, that's nice. And then like everyone in my mom's side of the family got my dad like a small wooden duck for everything forever. And at one point my dad said to us, he was just like,
ducks.
hey, I don't know why I keep getting these because all they do is sit on a shelf somewhere and like, I don't just sit and look at wooden ducks. Anyway, no one send my dad a wooden duck, please. Gosh.
I feel like it's just an invitation to get a bunch of wooden ducks now.
And just like, yeah, just like. Oh man, I'm so excited to see. It's been a while since I've done terrain. I'm excited to see this on the board. I guess. Oh man, I don't even know the mat. Do you remember where the mat was from? Is it this mat is from front? It's off to the side here. Ooh, almost broke that. It's off to the side. And I can't remember.
I'd say it's Frontline.
I think it's Frontline.
It looks like a Frontline thing.
Yeah, Badlands it might be called. It's like It's like not quite a dune. But it's almost a dune.
Yeah, it's not just sand.
It's not just sand, but it's close.
It's got some variety to it.
Are you doing some? And by the way, this is not a bad idea. What I'm about to suggest. I'm basically asking if what Kat is doing is like saying, "Hey, this might not be a good idea actually with the sticking."
Yeah.
She may basically being like taking my work and then just like fixing it a little. And I'm not insulted by that because we sort of talk about the way that when you do train in group projects, one person you really should have each person do a task so that's uniform across all the pieces. So to have her like basically checking or like adjusting my work as needed, totally cool. Like definitely want her to do that. So my stuff doesn't look totally different than hers. I mean, I know it's not gonna look totally different, but.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's definitely a thing of like, even though we're using the same colors,
yeah, we're applying
our applications are different.
Yeah.
How heavy-handed we are is different.
Yeah, that's a big thing, right?
Our area of focus is different.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now, this one that you just did, I can show you this guy goes like this.
Now, what would that do in terms of terrain?
Well, for gameplay, nothing. It just hopefully looks cool. And I don't want to glue it because it doesn't need to be glued.
Yeah. Well, because you also had it going across here earlier.
That should be another one that maybe we did in paint.
Oh, it's right
Oh
here.
yeah, there it is. That one goes across.
Yeah.
Which is also I'm not going to glue. And I sort of maybe regret even gluing these two.
I think it does give it a little bit more more structural stability though, because I was noticing as I was like picking up some of these.
These things wiggle a little bit,
They're
right?
a little thin here, and so that it is a cause of concern for me. Like if I was going to be putting this in a store where the public is going to touch it, I would probably put like a chopstick through it.
And I could still do that
Yeah.
through the bottom, and I might. I might. You're not wrong. I may have to do that because if you do hit them, a lot of them are going to snap, right?
Yeah, or you know, if you like stack them on top of each other or something, like, I would say that these little thin pieces here would be
There's
where
two
I'd be
break
concerned.
points actually. The other one's up at the top. It's both the places where they're thin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. So what's the next step?
I don't know, some shades, I guess.
Oh, okay, fun.
So I brought out a bunch of different ones. I have Nuln Oil. I got that sewer color that we mentioned earlier. We have Reichland Flesh Shade. We have Rattling Grime. And then we have...
Now I am worried once again about not
Agrax.
having enough of any. Is there one we want to like... Is there one we want to make sure we have enough of? Like, is there one major one we want to use? Or are you kind of just gonna... We're just gonna kind of make sure...
Okay, so I guess this is where we can make decisions, right? So Reichland is definitely more red in tone. Do you want more red? Because a matte is a little bit red.
Should we do some color matching on air?
Are you gonna bring it over here? So the matte has a little bit of red pieces on it and stuff. It is very yellow. So Agrax is definitely
Agrax is
good.
You think? I feel like Agrax is the cool brown. Am I wrong on that? I guess Agrax is good. Like this is Agrax.
Yeah.
I see Reichland. This is the dark areas are Agraxy.
Yeah. And then if you want even darker, I do have Nuln Oil. I think the only thing that I would be concerned about that we don't have enough of are the newer colors.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the Rattling Grime and the Sewer, but it would be cool to get like just some washes in some places, I think.
We can use them for sure.
Yeah.
Which one? What do we put down first?
Let's go with Reichland.
Okay. I have another Reichland, so I can...
We have a billion Reichlands. We have a billion Nolns. We have a billion Agrax. The reason why I grabbed the smaller bottles was just because there's a billion of them, and I want to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Because...
Grab a Reichland.
Yeah. Sandy might be muted or something.
How's that? I was muted.
You
Thanks,
were.
folks.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Count Dracula. Count Chocula is a villain. Is Count Chocula? Oh no. Yeah. What about like villains like that? Like Count Chocula is not really a villain. Is the Lucky Charms guy a villain? No, is he? No, or is the Tricks Rabbit is a villain? Right? He's trying to...
Yeah, so, I guess in serial lore, the kids would be the villain in the Lucky Charms
But the
world.
Tricks Rabbit
But the Tricks Rabbit would be
because he's trying to
the
steal
villain.
food from humans.
Yeah.
Because the rabbit is trying to steal food from humans. He is a villain. From children. Man.
Yeah, and with... Actually, I don't know. I don't think I've seen a Tricks commercial in a really long time.
I haven't either. Every now and then, Meg and I will do this thing where we get like a thing of milk and we each get our own box of cereal. And like, that's like our food for the day. And we always we do it maybe once every 6 months. And it's always like a childhood cereal favorite.
Right.
I think she does Cinnamon Toast Crunch and I do usually Peanut Butter Captain Crunch.
Yeah, I did see that Cinnamon Toast Crunch has these like cinnamon swirl ones now that literally look like tiny little Cinnabon cinnamon rolls.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, isn't that just the same thing?
That's gonna be temporary. That that sounds like 10 years from now it's gonna be like, remember these wild products from the early 20s?
Yeah, it just seems like it's the same thing but different shapes.
Yeah. Crypt Shadow wants to know, thank you Crypt Shadow, when's John gonna be on the show to paint his minis? Look, we have this joke about John painting his minis and John coming on and painting. John is welcome on the show when John wants to come on the show. we're never going to force John to be on the show. There's a lot of things we'll force John to do, but come on the show and paint his minis is not one of them, officially. All right, I need to see the Reichland technique here.
Okay, let me clean out.
Do you think we should start fan stuff? Because we have a whopping Cat could not contain herself this week.
Okay, I don't know if it was my fault or I don't want to blame people for submitting pictures because we asked for pictures, but there was a lot of pictures this week, and
there's a lot of
did not
great stuff.
Want to hold myself back in picking things.
OBS, the program we use to stream, has a limit on the size of a slideshow.
Yeah.
And Kat went beyond that limit.
Yeah.
So we actually had to make 2 different fan stuffs today.
And then I also, because it was like size limit, it wasn't like number of pictures.
Yeah.
I then also went in and made a bunch of, like, cropped a bunch of pictures and stuff. Like, essentially just kind of like cropped out someone's hand if they were holding it, or, you know, the backgrounds and stuff. So I put in work to get all of these in there because you were like, well, I don't know, I think you're gonna have to like go through and call some. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. So yeah.
Which I'm good with. So we have like a whopping 30 some fan submissions, and I wish I could tell you that it was like just to do it, but it's not. They're good. So here we go. Let's do some. We'll start with some fan stuff while we get going on the Reichland stuff. Oh, okay. So we want to include this. Titans Strain making it to Australia, which is good. Australia is far away, and sort of excited that that it's here. Oh, Michael Cody, I did see your super chat. I'm sorry, I didn't forget it. I'll get to it. I wanted to get to. Lots of times, like Crip Shadow did this little $2 super chat, so I usually just like address these pretty quick. But I promise I will get to your super chat. So yeah, in addition to some awesome Stormcast Eternals, by the way, these guys look great. I love gold and purple together.
Yeah, the purple really stood out to me, but also I was like, okay, we have to.
Yeah, looking good on Titans Strain. Excited to see more of these. Oh, okay. This was a Cat top pick. You were excited about this.
I was very excited about it. I love the little flame coming out of the grenade. Yeah. I think other people commented on it as well too, but that's really like,
it's good.
I thought it was amazing. Yeah. These were fantastic.
Yeah.
So great job on that. Great job.
Very nice. Excited to see these get finished. The bases obviously still being worked on, but these are looking quite good. Oh man, what is going on here?
So there's a couple different pictures.
This looks great.
I think really what this is focusing on are the like cement-filled little things on the side. But I want to say that the person who made them made everything else. But I just like little, I don't know, like details, like, you know, scatter.
This is
right?
diorama-ish. This
is definitely like it builds out the lore of the world that you're in, whatever kind of environment that you're in, the situation that you're in. I enjoy small little things like this, and you know, it's stuff like that makes me want to put bubbles in my resin when I'm like making a swamp table or something. So
what I like about this is that this is what I think Scatter is meant to do. Scatter should take a functional board that you can have a great game on, not have to worry about stuff getting in your way and all the rules and stuff, and just make it look like just tell the story a little bit more. I'm really excited about the Scatter for the board we're working on here today, which will, do the same thing, tell the story a little bit more. Yeah, I love this. Super nice. Super nice use of Scatter Train. Gut Ripper.
Yeah, this one the person commented on saying that they got this done while they were watching last week's stream.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, it was a lot of work done in such a little amount of time. So
I'm a big fan of the gut
Yeah.
rippas. They don't get enough love, but they're just the classic orc, tribal-y kind of orc with the big red shield, or whatever color you do it. People do them red a lot. Iron Jaws. I love it. Yeah, gut rippas, super cool. Another orc, 40k orc. This guy's skin's looking great.
yeah, I also like the white and the red, like next to it as well too. It almost looked like a Christmas guy, which I don't know if that's what they were going for, but no, I thought it was really cool, and the metal details and stuff like that, and the weathering on the hand was really well done too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm a big fan of red with orcs. Yeah. Okay, so are we getting going on Reichland? Sorry, I'm not trying to rush you, Kat. We have a lot of fan stuff.
We do have a lot of fan stuff. Let's finish this one, because then if you close it, then it starts back over.
Oh man, all
Yeah.
orcs.
Yeah, this one I thought was really well done. The detail on the feathers and on the mask is really what stood out to me.
Yeah.
But they do have a shot of the back of the cape, which I didn't include in this one, to hopefully encourage people to go to the Tabletop Titans Discord. But the back of the cape was really well done as well too.
Yeah.
So this whole thing was
I like the feathers.
super,
Like you said.
super good.
Everything is really nice on this. This is cool. Oh, look at this guy. This is grimy. I love it. I
Yeah,
haven't seen this.
yeah. So there was this guy, and then immediately underneath it, there's a shot of 3 dudes, which I think this person is like slowly doing one of them at a time. Which more power to you if you're doing them individually like that. But yeah, all 3 of them are really cool. But this one was the one that they posted separately, so I wanted to include this one. But this was definitely like very weathered out, and I liked it.
Yeah, Iron Warriors. This
And I
is
like
kind
the
of the
base,
thing.
too.
They just like march and trudge forward. Very, very nice. Ooh, a little sniper, a little eliminator. No, this isn't an eliminator. This is actually a sniper, right? This is not an eliminator. Okay, anyway, what do you like about this?
Everything,
Yeah.
honestly. Yeah, I liked the
Oh, there was-
dusty look to him.
Yeah.
I thought the weathering on the cape was really well done.
I think I saw the back shot of this guy. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think I saw. I think you showed me the back shot. I don't think I saw the front. But yeah.
Yeah, the weathering on the cape and the colors on the base make him look much more blended into the terrain that he's supposedly on,
Yeah.
which I thought was great. I like little base details like this. They're really nice, especially if you do a lot of dry brushing on them. They're super easy to make look
everything
really
just
well.
picks right up. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I've been enjoying all the as Brett calls them, advanced tactical rocks. Well, he just calls them tactical rocks, right? But we call them tactical rocks. All the advanced stuff going on the bases on GW minis recently. It does pick up nice. Oh, a little Necron, a little gold Necron.
Yeah, with some oh no, like chipped blue
Yeah,
paint and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. You don't see gold Necrons that often. I like
No.
it.
No. Yeah.
This is nice. And I like the blue and gold. I like how they didn't shy away from the green on the res orb. That's the traditional res orb color. But he could have done that blue too. But I like how he's like, no, we're gonna do green.
Yeah. I like the weapon on this one.
Yeah,
A lot.
the staff. Yeah, super cool. Gold Necron, nice.
Now,
Oh yeah, Ranger.
yeah, this one had a bunch of different pictures. The whole back of the cape is like free-handed, which it is crazy because the pattern on it is like this geometric sort of like camo looking thing, and then the front of them is purple, which I thought that was interesting color combination.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of work gone into this guy.
Yeah, this looks great.
Yeah,
I love the new Ranger model. Oh, here he is. We know this guy. This is Brett.
Brett.
Little terrain he's got working on. He's doing like a crashed. Oh, Brett, if you're still here, it's like big. It's like a crashed, Space Hawk. It's like a huge ship. For like a train project he's working on, and he's got like the burnt out, the burn effect.
the heat
The
exchange.
heat, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna look cool.
I
I'm
like
excited. I'm excited for Brett's board. Yeah, good heat exchange. Oh look, a little more Titans terrain.
Now this one I believe are Dark Angels. It is someone who
I
is
think
a
they're-
regular. I think it's Michael Coffey. I'm not entirely sure. And I'm blanking immediately. But yeah, these are their try-hard Dark Angels.
Yeah, they look
Yeah.
great. Yeah, all plasma. Definitely looks like Dark Angels. Yeah, hanging out, getting some cover, and some Titans terrain.
Some
Yeah,
Titans terrain. Yeah.
yeah, looking good. Excited.
Yeah, a lot of people were posting their stuff on Titans terrain, which was super cool. Honestly, it makes a really good display board. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's nice. Okay. Oh, more bread.
yeah.
Yeah, this looks great. Yeah, loving. I keep
Yay.
saying this every week.
It is Michael Coffey. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, I got it right. All right.
Yeah, I looks like Brett is cranking out Black Templars, so I'm definitely gonna owe him a Tau or Alpha Legion game soon. Yeah, looking good. Brown,
Great job.
brown instead of blue. I like it. Yeah, they're coming out great. Love the tufts. Good tufts. Ooh, a heck Drake, as we call him around here.
Yeah, no, I like this one a lot. It was purple, which I don't think I've ever seen a purple Helldrake before.
Yeah. Good gradation here.
Yeah, that's really what caught my eye, and it's like subtly purple,
Yeah, it's like periwinkle-ish going on. I also really like the.
almost like a blue steel.
Yeah,
sort of
I like the
thing.
way they've done the trim, like not to be like a high contrast silver or purple, or excuse me, silver or gold or anything like that, but it almost looks like a metallic purple from here, but it's like a deeper color. It's not like super bright.
Yeah.
They've let the actual color of the Helldrake like do a lot of the visual, like the eye-catching work as opposed to the trim,
Yeah.
which is different, and I like it.
Yeah, I think it emphasizes the entirety of the model, not just like the little wing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, nice. Sister of Battle here. Mm-hmm. It's like an older model, I think.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't know, but it's purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was cool because normally aren't sisters like red?
Yeah, red and black and white are kind of common.
They specifically mentioned this was like a specific thing that immediately went out of my head. So I
Okay.
don't know if like purple is.
It's probably
important
one of
to that.
the. It's probably one of the whatever they're called orders.
Yeah.
But I don't know all my sister's orders. Somebody in chat is going to know what order does purple. Yeah, this looks great. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this was Orczak, right?
Yes.
Orczak tagged us in this. We've been posting pictures of this. We haven't for a little while, but Orczak said he spent 60 hours on this,
Something like that.
something like that.
Finally finished.
Yeah,
Which it looks amazing.
it looks incredible. Man, I painted my avatar in like a day, and that's not a brag. I wish I could
Spend more time on
spend
it.
more time on it.
Yeah.
Not the avatar maybe, because although you know what, after seeing his now, I'm like, now I do love this model. But any model, I wish I could spend this amount of time on. I need to, and I could actually go back and do more to the avatar. I could go back and do more to Marathi, but I do, when I see people who do this, and you do this, and I see how much time people put into their models, and I'm like, you know, it's one thing, it's cool, like here's Marathi in like 2 days, here's an avatar in like a day and a half, it's cool. But man, to just be able to do this and then have that on the table, I'm jealous of Orczak.
Yeah,
it looks
and the
great.
fact that this is a huge model as well too, it's definitely going to be like the center of your army.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was super cool, and it's also a big inspiration for me because
It
I
is.
am working on some fiery things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, with all
Yeah.
your Legion guys. Yeah, this looks incredible. Love it. Yeah, it's an inspiration to me too. As soon as I saw it, it first made me want to go back and do my avatar, not like redo, but add, kind of like I did with Kragnos. But also now I want to go back and maybe add more to just up my Marathi a little bit. Yeah, quite amazing. Okay, all right. So before we move on to fan
second
stuff
one.
part 2,
Yeah.
let me see this Reikland process.
sure, yeah. So
I have zero explanation for you, other
okay.
than I'm going to try and force it into, like, crevices.
Okay.
So, let's see what that is. And then I'm going to do a little test thing here just to see what color it is. And I like it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's going to be a good match with the mat. And I'm kind of just like looking over Kat's shoulder to see what's going on here.
So I'm just sort of going like opposite of where I sprayed the white, but you know, if it gets in places, then I'm not too concerned.
Okay.
Really, because the sun bleaching comes from obviously the sun, which and the wind and everything like that. So I'm gonna try and force it into places where, like, the elements wouldn't affect it that much.
I see.
Yeah. But I do want the color on it and not just like.
We want the red kind of happening here.
Yeah. So then I'm gonna take it elsewhere randomly on the flatter parts, and then
Oh, okay.
we're good. I think.
Oh, now I'm like, oh man, this is up with my airbrush. Yeah, it works that crazy good. Awesome. Love that that avatar. All right, is that yours?
Did you want it?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep yours off to the side here as like a reference
Okay.
for the next ones I do. Oh, okay. I'm pretty okay. It's always nice to not overthink terrain. We talk about that a lot. There are some pieces you want to overthink. I definitely overthought the building of the giant oasis thing behind me, and like I'm glad I did.
It looks really cool.
That was a good thing to overthink.
It looks really, really, really cool. And even while we were like setting up for the stream and stuff, I was scrolling through, looking at pictures of terrain, and I saw someone did like a door very similar to the ruin temple terrain thing that you want to do with like the trees and everything like that growing through it.
Oh yeah.
And I thought it was super awesome. So yeah, it kind of, that's what was inspiring me, and like trying to figure out like how people do stuff, and then wanting to see if my ideas work is really like my big motivation.
Yeah, I like, I definitely, whenever I do a board, I like kind of picking one thing that I'm gonna, or one or two, or like just like being careful and thinking in a few areas, right? But otherwise, kind of, I enjoy going on, honestly, on autopilot and being like, okay, like, I know that this is gonna look, I know this is gonna work, I know it's gonna look good, and it's a backdrop for the one or two cool things I want to do, which is usually centered around a centerpiece, of course, right? Today was the weird rock, cool rock. Sorry.
Cool rock.
Yeah, cool rock. Let's get serious here for a second. Today it was all about the cool rock, and
And also to disappoint everyone, what did the cool rock button replace?
It's true. The cool rock button did replace Thanks Nerd. So, you know, no thanks nerd for a little while. But look, we've got cool rock, and like, I don't know, it's a quiet, it has a quiet dignity about it compared to Thanks Nerd.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like a spring boingy sound with Thanks Nerd too?
I don't know.
No? I can't remember.
Also, just because most of the time the sound is turned off on the
We don't hear
monitor.
it. We
Yeah.
don't hear it, yeah. But yeah, look, Thanks Nerd, it's not that Thanks Nerd is gone forever.
it's just gone for now.
It's just gone
and
for now.
I think cool rock deserves its time.
Yeah.
And that's
look
fair.
who's snagging the...
Ooh.
The home of cool rock. Speaking of cool rock, so what's happening after Reichland?
Probably the other shades.
Which like,
You know.
I'm like demanding exact answers right now.
Uh,
I guess honestly, like I kind of want to know. Although applied a lot of Reichland. I guess I shouldn't overthink it like I'm literally telling other people.
Yeah. We really, honestly, at this point, I think we can go wherever, you know, your imagination wants to go.
Well,
right?
we
It is your table.
We probably will do a little. Will we do Seraphim sepia? Will we do yellow, or are we good on yellow? What do you think? Are you looking down over there at the mat?
Well, yeah, you moved it in place where it's not easy for me to see. anymore,
I'll bring it
so,
back.
yeah,
I'll bring
it's
it
okay.
back.
No, yeah, I think it could use some yellow. I agree. I think. Now, do you want to do sepia or do you want to do what's it?
The yellow, the actual yellow.
Casadora?
Oh, wow, that's pretty bold. But actually,
Or the orange. What's the orange?
I'm worried we don't have enough of the orange. Although maybe because we're not really
No, I have yet to fill my pot of.
a second time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we're okay. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I'm in the Casadora yellow.
Okay.
Yeah, would probably be my pick.
Look, if it's too much, we can always go back over it with something else. I think that's fine.
It's definitely not going to be too much. It is true that I was not thinking that, but now that you say it, I'm super into it.
Okay.
Yeah, because the mat does have kind of a lot of yellow on it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh man, I'm gonna have to Oh, this is yours. I'm gonna have to rewatch the stream when I do the rest of the stuff. Because we ran out of, what is it called? Xandri dust?
Yeah, you're going to rewatch a stream? Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to sit here and watch everything that goes wrong. Oh, Michael Cody super chat. See, Michael Cody, now I almost did forget, but I remembered. Okay, sorry, let me go back up to it. Back up, Michael Cody. Where is he? Okay, here we go. Michael Cody. Thank you, by the way, Michael Cody, in all seriousness. I'm very happy with my alt-dark... why do I not know what DW is? Deathwing scheme, unrelated, for the different stream nights, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. In which of those is chat the most villainous? This is a great question. So I can tell you what 2 days it's the least villainous. As somebody who produces on all of these shows and is on all of these shows, it is the least villainous for sure on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Here at Hobby Titans, I've never really had, oh my gosh, I almost don't want to say like I've never had somebody come on and be weird. Other than the time Meg let some of her high school friends from forever ago know about her being on the show, and they came and were a little funny in a way. But not for long because mods kicked them out.
Oh, no.
Other than that one time, which was very circumstantial, almost nothing weird has ever happened here. Villainous, yeah.
I mean, other than like spam bots and stuff.
Spam bot. Listen, I think the spam bots are honestly.
Would you say villainous or
I think they're
just
anti-heroes.
misunderstood?
I think they're misunderstood. Yeah, anti-villains maybe is what you were saying earlier. So, like I said, I've always been interested in turning one of the spam bots into a mod and seeing what happens.
Okay.
In my mind, it's like this cool like nanobot revolution happens within the span of like a few seconds.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But that's probably not what would happen. So definitely not Tuesday either. Tuesday's members night at Tabletop Titans. So very few people I think would pay us money monthly and then come and be rude to us. So Tuesday nights are usually pretty safe. Typically, if we want to try something new or anything like that, we'll often do it on a Tuesday because we know that our fans are great. Mm-hmm. I think Thursday is the most villainous between Thursday and Saturday, though. Look, a lot of the people in chat right now, you guys have been in chat for a year, 2 years, some of you. And honestly, Michael Cody, you probably already have some guesses as to which one would be more villainous. But I'm trying to think. I think overall probably Thursday is the most likely to go villainous. Maybe Saturday? I don't know.
Yeah, no, this isn't an invitation to be villainous. This is
no,
just
and again, we have a nice Wednesday and Saturday crew, or Wednesday and Tuesday crew. And for the most part, I was literally telling somebody at the studio today, I was kind of talking about how often something happens when you're producing. One, we have a lot of great mods as well, who usually handle it. Quite honestly, chief among them is Melanie and Megan, who watch almost every game. Who will handle things, but very rarely. I would say once every 4 months do I have to like actually type something where it's like, "Hey guys, let's chill out," or something like that, or "Hey guys, not a big deal," or something like that. That maybe happens once every 4 months, and almost always on a Saturday or a Thursday. I don't know, Michael Cody. It's a good question. Yeah, there's one here.
Okay.
There's one Casadora. Is there another one here or not? Ooh, it might be at home.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Well, we could probably work through one of these. And so at this point, here's another one. There's a number of yellow washes actually.
Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm gonna try this Fuegan orange.
Oh wait, these are contrasts. Okay.
I don't think it matters.
Fuegan orange. Okay.
Yeah.
There actually might be another one of those. Is there another one of those in there or no?
No.
Oh wait, we're using different ones?
Sure. Why not?
I don't know.
Why not?
I don't know. Won't that be weird?
Well, would it? I guess we'll see.
Oh my gosh. All right, I'm doing it. All right, not asking questions. Here we go. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. We're just gonna have 2 different washes. Ooh, people got in trouble.
Someone's. People don't like Saturday.
I don't know, John. Oh, John doesn't produce, but John's in chat. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't feel like Saturday has that different of a vibe. Maybe it does. I guess it's interesting to know. Oh, this is good. This yellow is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are some pieces only gonna have yellow and some orange, or are we gonna like swap and redo?
I think we can just swap.
Okay.
Because this orange is also very similar to
The Reichland.
the Reichland, yeah.
Okay. Oh, that means I get to be the person that does the yellow.
Yeah.
Well, what would you recommend? Just kind of everywhere? That's currently sort of what I'm doing.
Sure.
Actually, yeah, it's subtle enough that it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, because that yellow is kind of light.
I think where I'm going to try to avoid the yellow, although I already just didn't, but from now on, is the tops of the pillars, which, like I said, I'd actually like to
Keep that lighter.
keep those a little bit lighter, the tops
Yeah.
of things, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, the orange is, like, I can almost not tell a big difference between what you did with Reichland and what you did with.
Yeah, so Reichland is just a little bit more browny red. And the orange is orange, for sure.
Yeah. Checks out, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is cool. This actually the yellow. I'm liking the yellow, not like I was saying, not on the top, because now the top parts do actually look lighter, and the yellow does bring it down quite a bit. Like it's darkened it enough. Like I'm pretty happy with how the yellow goes over the edges we did.
Yeah. Now I would say, because there are some pieces that are still a little bit like sparse. Going back in with the paints and stuff like that, and blending all of these splashes of color in, would probably be
That one did not have orange yet, believe it or not.
would probably be the next thing that
Okay.
I would do.
After the yellow.
Yeah. Or like it'd probably be one of my last steps a little bit. Like I'd probably go back and forth between the shades a little bit, but Yeah.
Okay, I like it. But maybe for stream,
maybe off stream.
yeah, maybe off stream now. And what about dry brushing?
Dry brushing. One, I hate dry brushing with air paint.
Yeah, especially these tans.
Yeah, absolutely hate it. But I would probably do it with like a Terminata stone, or maybe even like a more cool tone, like gray.
Yeah. Oh, gray.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Because everything we're doing right now is very warm.
Mm-hmm.
But I want the dry brushing to stand out a little bit. I wouldn't go heavy with dry brushing though.
No. Okay.
But I think that would be my first guess of a color. And then if it didn't work out, then I would go in with, like Terminata stone or like skull white or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know that I have a Terminata stone non-air. I can get one, but maybe we'll do just a little bit on stream before we wrap up so we can see how it's going to look.
Sure.
Because that would be cool. Oh, you know where we can do it on? That guy.
Wow.
So
I
that
don't
we
think this
can,
guy has any yellow.
That needs some yellow, right?
Yeah. Now, Fuego Orange is very like orange soda orange.
It is, but it's not really like I said, I find it's very, so like I can barely tell the ones you've done it on versus the ones you haven't.
Yeah, I can definitely see the yellow.
The yellow, by contrast, is pretty intense.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Like the orange, like you said, it's very disreading as more Reichland.
Yeah, like faded out Reichland a little bit. Yeah.
Which actually is kind of surprising to me. I'm actually glad we didn't do sepia and we did this yellow. I think this was the right call, Kat. It's like intense enough without being weird, and it's also definitely tying it in with the matte. Like, it's gonna look great with the matte. Yeah, I'm excited for this board to show up on Titans. So one of the reasons we're making this board is when we stream Sigmar again, we need a galette board since the season has changed from Gur to galette. Mm-hmm. So we need kind of like deserty landscape boards in galette, and particularly wanting something for people to fight over, like and so like the Oasis. Content. Yeah, exactly. Is kind of the thing. So yeah, everything has yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think the yellow, man, is the
your star.
Is the star of this. Is the MVP of this color. But you know what? Now the yellow's on, the airbrushing. I mean, the dry brushing is going to look really cool. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you'd say Terminata stone.
Sure.
Let me see if I have a cool tan that is not air.
This does not have it.
What are you looking for?
Look at tan.
Oh, okay. I have Screaming Skull. That's old. Jeez, that's... yeah, maybe not. I have Ubshanti Bone.
That works, I think.
It's a little warmer than maybe you would have wanted, though. What do you think? Against the yellow?
No, I think that'd be fine.
Okay. Let's see what shape this Ubshanti Bone is. And I don't use my layer paints all that much. Not sure it's gonna make a cat.
I mean, if you're just dry brushing with it, it's not like... Let me see.
It might need like just a touch of thinner to get like moving.
Oh.
It's not great, right?
It's,
yeah.
it's not good.
It might be done. It might be done.
It's It's not great. It's not great.
It's not great.
It's not great at all.
Yeah.
I do have a tan in my paints over there, unless you want to try dry brushing.
I'm fine with dry brushing with air. I just use a soft brush, and put a lot of it on this brown paper.
I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna
That's
say
it?
there's no fixing this.
Time of death on
time
that.
Of time of death is
On that
probably a
Ashanti
while
bow.
ago.
Yeah. Probably 2017, I'm going to guess.
It's not okay.
Yeah, it's not good. Okay. So you said go kind of light with this? Okay.
But I would also go completely all over. So
I might have gone a little too light. I mean, it's weird. I often am like weirded out by how many different tans GW has, Citadel has, but I can't say I don't use them all. I mean, I do use them all.
yeah, I mean they're such versatile colors. I'm gonna go see if I have a tan over here.
Not a fan.
Not a fan. It's just too thin to like put color down.
I feel like I just like build it up in my brush a lot, and it takes like a few passes,
There.
which is, you know, not ideal.
Let me see in my briefcase of paint over here if I have a good tan. I have Vampiric Flush, which kind of is like a little green though. So let's see. I'm gonna try not to.
Oh, here's an interesting super chat
Yeah.
from Matator. He wants to know, or they want to know, Thai curry versus pad Thai, where do you stand? Thai food is interesting because it is sort of like, if you think geographically, right, where in general, like Southeast Asia, to the east of the Indian subcontinent, right, and south of China, gets like influences from both of these cultures in its food. Mm-hmm. And so like all of this kind of area, Southeast Asia has like curry, right? And then also has like, which is more like Indian food inspired. And then has food more inspired from Korea and China and Japan. So, right, whenever you get Thai food, I feel like it's like you're getting a version of either some form of Indian food or some form of East Asian food. Mm-hmm. And this is the dilemma.
It's not a dilemma for me.
Which do you get?
So I'm allergic to curry.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We ordered Thai actually. You, me, and Megan ordered Thai like a few weeks ago, and one of the reasons Megan and I like to order Thai is because I like pad Thai, and she likes curry.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm just going to use yours. I want to be consistent. What is this?
Pale sand. That's a lot better.
Okay. Now here's the problem. I had to steal this paint from you for the week now.
That's fair. It lives here.
Punishment fits the crime.
It lives here. So yeah, so I'm allergic to curry. It gives me massive migraines and like week-long migraines depending on how much I eat. So yeah, which is very unfortunate because I do have Indian relatives. My aunt married into an Indian family.
Yeah.
And they make delicious food all the time. So yeah, I do have to be careful about what I eat. Now, I don't know if this is a thing for other people. I don't know if it's an actual allergy or what it is, but it's just easier for me to say that I am allergic to it because then people don't question like, oh, I don't eat curry or I don't like curry. And they go, well, why not? I'm like, well, because it hurts my brain. No, the only person I've ever met that had a similar reaction to anything other than like my mom is like this and my sister's like this as well too. All three of us with curry. Mm-hmm. The only person I've ever met that had a similar reaction to some sort of other food was just a coworker, and it was with nightshades, so like tomatoes.
Bell peppers.
Yeah. Stuff like
Oh,
that,
if I was allergic to nightshades, especially if I became allergic to nightshades later in life, I mean, I feel like nightshades are like 25% of my diet. Like,
Yeah, I
I'd
love
be,
tomatoes.
Yeah, I eat tomatoes in every, like, so we don't have a microwave at home. So whenever I reheat something, I just reheat it on the pan, typically with olive oil and tomato. Like, just like, cool, here's some food from a restaurant that we didn't eat. Okay, let me like put it in a pan, cut up a tomato. There's like the water and there's like the oil and just like cook it like that.
Right.
Pretty much any food tastes better with a tomato. So I'm like, that'd be no good. Bell
Yeah.
peppers too. Oof. Jalapenos, everything.
They also called it an allergy too, because it does just get easier to explain like why you don't eat something and just say that you're allergic to it.
Yeah.
So I guess I just default pad thai.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's all curry. So it's Japanese curry, Thai curry, Indian curry, anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, that's my life.
Okay, is this intense enough? Or do I need more intensity?
Do you like it?
Yeah, but would I like it more if I did more intensity?
I
I kind of want to do, you know where I want to do more intensity? Is on the top part of the pillars. Yeah. Well, I guess I want to see how yours is looking. Oh, you know what catches the dry brushing so good? This is why I do this, right? Is the little bricks.
Yeah.
I love the way the little bricks
Yeah.
pick up the dry brushing. Okay, let's say this guy's pretty much done.
Yeah, and later on in life, I'm developing like more and more intolerance to lactose.
Oh no,
Which is
is
super
also
fun.
curry, right?
Which yeah. So, but it's a lot of other stuff too. But most of the time, I'm not allergic to it. It just sometimes makes my stomach hurt. But that sometimes makes me test it every single time, because I love ice cream and cheese. So, but it's not the same as an allergy for sure.
Oh, I have to say I'm also a big dairy fan and would not be super into not being able to eat dairy.
Yeah.
I actually think we're not vegetarian, but we eat a lot of dishes that are vegetarian because they have cheese in them. I could probably do that honestly if I ever really wanted to, just because of how
Be
much I love
vegetarian.
cheese. Yeah, just like pasta dishes with Parmesan or goat cheese and stuff like that. Okay,
Yeah,
ready? Moment
yeah.
of truth. Are you ready
Yeah.
for this?
Yeah. Yeah, I try to eat oh, it looks so pretty. I try to eat a vegetarian dish majority of the time. But I love steak, so it sucks. Do you like it?
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see. Oh man! Oh, we didn't paint it, but there is a actually step piece to this that I cut out that goes here like this. You can see it is not painted, but it butts up against. It's a little asymmetrical there. So that is sort of like the centerpiece. I'm excited for this piece to be on the top down on Tabletop Titans.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's gonna look super cool on a top down camera, which we haven't even done here yet.
Oh
so,
no.
You okay? Oh yeah, they break off. Yeah, so you do have to, if you're putting the little bricks on, you have to be careful because they break off during the dry brushing stage. Okay, top here.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's fine. It just goes back. Wait, let's see what Cat broke.
No.
Look, Cat actually record first to break my terrain, breaking it while making it. Beat that, Adrian and John.
If it's not even done, does it really count?
Look, you broke my terrain. It counts to me. I'm just kidding. It's so there we go. Very excited for this. Really excited for this board. Oh man, now I want to see. Hold on. Here we go. One sec, chat.
Oh, what it would look like on top of it?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm into it.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
it's gonna look great. I'm definitely gonna have to get some stones, some small stones, and there'll be a lot of rubble to add. But there we go. We are underway on a new terrain board, and we don't have a deserty like board yet, so I'm pretty excited for this one.
Which I'm very surprised by.
Yeah, I've never made one myself, and there's no particular reason I haven't. Just that I haven't.
Hate the desert. Yeah.
No, I've done lots of other boards, and I've done. I mean, to be fair, I've done a canyony desert with the hoodoos. I just haven't done like a duned, tan kind of sandy desert thing yet. So this is the first, and I'm excited. And I probably wouldn't have even done it. This wasn't on my queue. It's just that the new Sigmar book came out, and they're like, "Oh, it's in Galed, and it's got like this deserty, messed up landscape." And I was like, "Okay, cool. I'm gonna just do this real quick." And we had mats from a different thing. We had to get the mats for something else that we'll be showing off sometime soon. We're excited for that. So we had the mats, and we need a desert board. How you doing?
Great. I didn't break something else.
No?
It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that why you're holding it that way? Like that? Yeah.
It's great.
It is. Listen, we've done this before. We did this with your the ones we made for your board, and that happens. I think I did this whole process, the dry brushing,
Yeah.
while you were working on the actual like GW pieces.
Yeah.
And they do break off, Kat. So it's fine. The only thing you can do to prevent it is just like be really soft and just or even use a makeup brush. Okay. Hey, we did it.
We did
Well,
it.
not entirely. We're not entirely done, but we did what we're doing today.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we have fan stuff part 2.
Yes.
Let's get to it.
The other 15.
Okay, fan stuff part 2. Here we go. Oh, these guys. Hey, I got to deal with these guys yesterday, actually. Meg had a sort of early end to her workday. I worked from home, had sort of an early end to my workday. And her and I played a Sigmar game. And I spent the game running away from these guys.
Are they scary?
Yeah, they're pretty scary. And my army's good at running away. So Meg was a little frustrated. But look, I don't know. Sorry, Meg, they're scary. I'm not going near them.
They're cool though.
They're super cool, yeah.
Super cool.
She did a lot of work on these. Yeah.
They have tactical tombstones.
They do. She added those.
Yeah. Which, great touch. No, I think they look fantastic.
The Blood Knight model is just so cool, and she did a good job with all the red and the highlights, the gold. Awesome job on her faces. This is, by the way, what she worked on when she was on the stream and doing faces. So
Yeah.
love it. Okay, what is this? Oh, yeah, what is this? Do you know what this is? Other than it's cool.
So they had a description. I'm assuming it's like some sort of like Slanesh or Zinch model or something.
It looks
I
Zinch-y,
don't
yeah.
know what the hand is for, but they did have a description. It's something like they write down the names of everyone or something like that. I don't know. It looked really cool though.
Yeah,
So-
like a scribe or blue scribe, or
Yeah.
it could also be a Nighthaunt Scriptor Mortis. It's interesting. It's very beautiful.
It
It's
looked really
crazy
cool.
also.
They had also a ton of pictures of it as well
Okay.
too, from all the
I-
different angles.
I have
but
not seen it. I need to go check this out. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's under Hobby Progress.
Okay. Super cool.
I want to say majority of these were from Hobby Progress.
Oh, these look great. Mm-hmm. I love the copper with the blue
Yeah, me too.
and the gray bases and the red. Oh man, these are great. There's like a lot of colors going on in this without it feeling like there's a lot of colors going on. Like without it feeling like Lisa Frank or your shirt today. There's like, it's great.
Yeah, I agree. I picked it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like this is, yeah, it just.
Yeah, I also just thought the photo was really well done as well too. So
They're T-Suns, I think, yeah, and they're blue and red. I'm wondering if the person is planning on trying to run them in both Heresy and 40K, and that's why they have the blue and the red, or if they were kind of just going in between because they liked it. But it's cool either way. Very fun. Aeronautica. Mm-hmm. Man, I miss Aeronautica. We were playing, and Meg and I were playing, and Brett and I were playing, and I haven't played Aeronautica since the fall or maybe the winter. Oh, it is so fun. And I love painting the models.
Yeah. There's a couple different pictures with different planes as well too.
Yeah.
Because it looks like they were varnishing up, their Aeronautica models and stuff. But I like Aeronautica. I think it looks really cool. I've never played it before. But,
We should totally play. I have
small scale stuff is really fun.
I have the humans. The space. I have like all of them up until the Necrons. I don't have the Necrons yet.
Okay.
So yeah, we should totally do it. It'll be fun. Aeronautica is great. Brent and I always say it's like it feels more like a board game than a miniatures game, but it feels enough like a miniatures game that you're still kind of like, this is something a little different than just a one-on-one board game. Meg and I played a lot during COVID, and it was great. Like, I think we really had a lot of fun playing this game together during COVID. And if you have a friend that doesn't play mini games, because mini games are kind of a step up, right? They're like, it's a little bit more of a lifestyle commitment,
Yeah.
right, than just board games. But if you have a friend that likes board games, it's like a game I think they might like. I'm guessing Blood Bowl is similar. I've played Blood Bowl before, but not like over and over again.
Yeah, the small scale stuff is really cool. I like it a lot. I once repainted an X-wing ship for like a tournament prize.
Yeah.
And it was just a ton of fun because you get it done so quickly. And yeah, you can add all these little tiny details and stuff if you want to. But yeah.
Yeah, it looks amazing. Good pick. Oh, Necrons. Necron's so hot right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like these guys. They do have the classic green weapons, but they're very like rusted out, which I thought was really cool. Very different. I feel. I feel like you see Necrons and they're usually pretty clean. So.
Yeah, the rusty Necrons is a cool look. I'm with you. What is this? This is a Skaven.
I think this is the model that Adrian was painting a couple weeks ago. So it is a Skaven guy. I don't know if it was this exact model, but yeah. I think he's cool.
Yeah,
I think he's cool.
Cool.
I like the dark blue with the
Danica
orange
or whatever his name is. Yeah, he's cool.
So.
Oh, those are Bryce's Necrons.
Oh, neato.
Thanks, Brett. Thanks, Bryce. And Bryce, speaking of you, Bryce, and speaking of Skaven, now would be a good time to just talk about the fact that Bryce's Skaven army is still in the studio. Bryce, your Skaven army is still here. It's safe. You're welcome to come get it whenever. We played phone tag. Yeah, we played phone tag like 2 weeks ago and then stopped, and now the Skaven army is still here. Bryce, I'll be honest, we're getting close enough maybe to just borrowing it again, so we can chat. Master Possession. This is a cool model. You were digging the staff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just wanted to know if that was actually part of it or not.
I think so, yeah. I mean, I think this is...
I also like the flaming skulls and stuff. I'd
Yeah.
like to get my hands on those bits.
Yeah.
For my tank, but speaking of Green Stuff World though,
yeah.
I know they sell like flaming skull bits.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah, I think
Oh.
I might.
Do you do an order? If you do an order from Green Stuff World, I don't know if I need anything. I might. Oh yeah, I want to order their paints.
Yeah,
We should do an order for Green Stuff
they're
World.
dip paints.
Because
yeah.
stuff takes a while to get here.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it comes from Spain. It takes like 3-4 weeks. Oh, a little more Titan's Train and some awesome Helverins. I forget what these guys are called. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, so there was a whole. I want to say it was a whole Chaos Knight army, on Titan's Terrain stuff, but I picked one that showed off the most amount of the models.
Yeah, these guys are cool.
Yeah,
You love Knights. This is like
I love Knights.
You do love these guys.
I love vehicles.
I actually
general.
love are these the little Knights or can I not tell? Can I not size? No, these are the little Knights.
The
yeah.
little ones,
Yeah.
the medium ones.
Yeah, which I love. I love the medium ones. Yeah. This looks cool. I didn't see this one. What's happening here? What are these?
I don't know.
This is Necromunda. Oh, are these? I think
There's a dude with a claw hand.
Maybe I don't know what these are.
They just looked cool, but asking me to.
Oh, I'm guessing they're just going to be like chaos cultists. I'm not sure. There's a lot of bits going on here. I see like a shield. Yeah, I don't know what this box is. This isn't new cultists, is it, folks? Does anyone know? I don't know what this is. It looks cool though. Well done. Good picture too. I like the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they were all really cool, but I have no idea what they are. So, yeah. Now I love the bases.
Yeah.
On these ones and how they matched some of their weapons and stuff. I thought that was a really nice touch.
This I think is Vansar Necromunda.
Yeah, I think they also mentioned that they picked him up last time you guys did Necromunda.
Okay.
And then we're able to get it done before the next.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a different take on the Vansar. A lot of people are doing green and purple. I like this. And they're like, they have like some disease and they're all dying and they're like extending their lives. They're all like very old and he's captured that well with like their skin and hair color. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the bases a lot. I thought they were really cool. And Necromunda, weirdly enough, seems more sci-fi to me than like 40K.
It's so condensed. It's like, it is really a statement, right? It's really like dystopia condensed down into like a small amount. Whereas like in 40K, right, like there's suddenly space elves.
Yeah.
And there's suddenly Tau and there's suddenly Tyranids. In Necromunda, it's just like kind of mostly one society, like a microscope. Yeah, I totally know what you mean. You get the dystopian vibe out of it way more. We call it grim dark, but Necromunda feels more personal.
It feels more cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trader Guard was the previous one. Thank you, Liberty Fires and Bryce. Okay. Talk to me what's going on here.
So I think these are they're either orcs or squigs, or they're orcs on squigs.
That looks like the case. Yeah.
Yeah, but they glow.
Oh.
Which is super cool. Now I think the person mentioned that this was their brother's army, but I thought it was really well done. And yeah, they're painted with UV or fluorescent paints and stuff. So yeah, I thought that was super cool. I love the like the fluoro stuff and the fluorescent stuff and the UV reactant stuff. I just think it looks really cool. It's just unfortunate where like you're hardly ever, unless you make it yourself, going to get the opportunity to play under a black light. Yeah,
it's very funny that you said that. I might have talked about this. I actually got crystals for my daughter's arcane base that were glow in the dark.
And then you just painted them.
And I ended up just painting them because I kind of realized I was like, oh man, I'm gonna make this cool thing that charges them, and then I go to an event and then take it off, and they've been getting charged by these UV lights. But then I was like, well, wait, I'm not playing in the dark.
Yeah.
So they might look a little interesting, but it's not worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to one day make like a UV reactant table, but then I'd have to buy like black lights and everything like that and figure out how to set that up.
It would be so cool. We could with a lot of work.
Yeah.
If Bridger is listening, he's like, no, don't say this. But we could do something really cool with it on Tabletop Titans.
We should just make that commitment now. We're definitely going to do that. Yeah.
And I think we can make a board that functions both ways. Like it's still cool without it.
Oh, for sure.
It's just that then like when the lights go out. Yeah. And you know what we should do that with is some kind of gloom spike gets board. Because that's like their thing, like the mushrooms.
The glowing
and
mushrooms and stuff.
The army actually has a rule about the moon going across the board. And like we could do some really cool stuff. Oh man, it's happening. Oh, this looks cool. This is Ordinatus, I think. Yeah. No, I don't know what this is.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I thought the weathering on it was fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's really what I wanted to point out. It was also great that they paid attention to like what the part of this side of this, track would really get more worn would be the bottom. And I like that they paid attention to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, because sometimes when you see weathering, like it's just kind of an all over thing. but I like when it's concentrated in places that make the most amount of sense.
Yeah, which is cool, and the bottom is nice, and it almost looks like wintry, like salt or something, like from like salting roads for ice or something from here anyway. But it's super cool, the lighter color on the bottom. Mm-hmm. Yeah, really nice. I love these Mechanicum tanks. This isn't an Ordinatus. Ordinatus is like way bigger, but it's one of the Mechanicum tanks. Okay, what's going on here?
I think this is the same person who painted
The orc earlier.
earlier.
Okay.
Because it's the same color scheme.
Mm-hmm.
But I also thought it was really funny that it looked like they took a picture like on top of their homework instead of doing their homework.
Yeah,
So
which is great. I like it.
I'm gonna encourage.
We get to
that.
weave our own narrative of how this hobbyist, what they've prioritized in life.
And I agree wholeheartedly.
Man, I am
with
so
their
glad I
choices.
wasn't playing 40K
In school.
in undergrad or grad school.
Yeah.
Yeah, or video games. Man, I just got through it. I'd have been in trouble if I was into either of those two.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, it's the same color scheme, so it was cool.
Yeah, it looks great. Oh, this looks cool. Oh, there's like some interesting. No, I guess not. Is that kid? No, this is Maybe I just haven't seen this front for a Redemptor. This is like an interesting Redemptor. This is very cool.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is the color scheme that they were going for, but it looks like old 80s plastic that's been like worn and left out. In the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is a Dark Angels. This is kind of like their second. Well, I guess their secondary color is black in a way, but this is like a Dark Angels color. For one of the companies, somebody's gonna be able to tell me, but there's a particular group of Terminators and stuff that take on this color.
Yeah. It looked like a toy that got left outside
Yeah.
for too long, which I thought was kind of cool. So, yeah.
This is cool. Oh, this is well done. Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Good face. Really good face. Like, good face outside of the eyes. I mean, the eyes are good too, but like, just a good face outside of the eyes even. Like, lots of times if the eyes are well done, you're like, oh, great face. But this person has like really done a great, like the nose is awesome. The crease, like everything.
Yeah, how smooth the face is
Yeah.
really stuck out to me. So that's why I included that one.
Yeah, this is great. It's a great face. Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, love it.
Yay. My 30 picks.
30 picks, ultra fan stuff from Kat. Look, folks, tomorrow I will be in to work on this. When you guys will see this first, I don't know yet. You'll see it in 40K games, you'll see it in some Sigmar games, and I can't tell you when it's going to happen first. But it will be happening soon, somewhat soon. Very excited for this. Kat, thank you for helping me paint my terrain.
Thank you for letting me break your terrain.
Yeah, you were first. You got to break it first. That was cool. Awesome. I think we did it.
Yeah.
Folks, as we like to say, be kind to each other, be kind to yourself, and always be creating. See you guys.